Well, hello. Welcome to Swift
Hello.
AF Sunday. Have you missed us? Because we've missed you all.
I know, it feels like it's been forever.
Sorry about the wait today. There's just stuff going on. So we wanted to start this episode by saying,
Whoops. Hold
here,
on. Okay. Sorry.
here we like our tea
RT
piping,
is
piping hot
piping hot.
because why? Fuck
Fuck
ice.
ice. Cheers, baby.
Salute. Okay. So now that we've done that, hello everybody. Hello. Hello.
Hi, Darren. Hi, casual
Hi
watcher.
Darren. Hi
Just
casual
friends.
watcher. Hi
Hi, Cassie.
Cassie. Hi
1
everybody.
week, and I feel like we've been gone for like a year.
I know it's been a hot minute. You guys, I dyed my hair platinum
Isn't
for
she
my birthday.
beautiful? For her birthday.
For my birthday, which is January 30th. And how nice is it of Taylor Swift to make Opalite a single for my birthday, considering it's like my favorite song of all time.
I know.
Okay,
Really
so
nice of her.
let me just tell you some stuff that's been happening.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I mean,
Taylor's
there's been a
gonna
lot happening.
There's been a lot happening, and I'm going to tell you some stuff. Taylor's going to tell you some stuff. Okay, so I don't know if you all know this about me, but I am obsessed with trials. Okay. I have an obsession watching trials and digging into trials that is equal to my obsession with Taylor Swift. So it is really saying something. So when a year ago, when all of this stuff happened with Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively, I was kind of not paying attention to it because I was deep in the trenches of the Karen Reed first trial and then the second
what
trial.
What an interesting trial that was.
And it was like when okay, so I watched every second of that trial, and this is how I do it. So like all this to say, I've decided I'm going to be doing the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni trial as I would any other trial that I'm obsessed with. And here's what that entails. Okay. I watch every second of the trial. Every second. I read every document that has been submitted into the docket. I will look at every piece of evidence. I watch even like the pretrial jury selection days watched. I watch the jury not in the courtroom days where they're just putting out motions and debating motions and all this stuff. So that's what I'll be doing with this one. So
you're basically taking in as much information as if you were working the case.
Yes. And this is another thing. Like, this is a nerd fact about me. I used to belong to a thing called mock jury. And what that is that lawyers will send you their case in chief, and then you read it and tell them how you would vote as a juror. So I used to do this for fun, like all the time. I am like super in to this. Okay. So
nice. I love it.
So what happened Wednesday, there was, and I'm going to get into detail because I just have to tell you what happened. So the text messages came out. So I, was seeing all the stuff online, and then I just decided, you know what? I need to know the whole story because I feel like I don't know there's like so much PR going on both sides that I don't know what's happening. Right.
It's very confusing.
So guys, I did it. Oh my God. I downloaded every file. I have read about 1,000 pages as of right now. There's still about 3,000 to go. This is a monstrous amount of information that they keep submitting. There are things that are still unsealed, that are still sealed.
Right.
There will be all this, and this is pre-trial. There hasn't even been a trial yet, you all. This is pre-trial documentation.
Do we know when the actual trial is going to? It's not going to be for several months, is that right?
I believe if it doesn't, if this case doesn't get thrown out, because the judges heard the last motions and we don't know if it's going to be thrown out or not. There's not going to be a camera because it's a federal courtroom. So
Mhm.
that's kind of a bummer. But I'm
Yeah.
sorry that there's this giant shadow. I can't figure out what's happening, but whatever. I'll get over it. My new hair is causing problems.
That it'll happen, but it's okay.
So
Beautiful.
like, thank you. So here's what I have. I have so much to tell you about it. So much because this case is so weird. It's really
Mhm.
weird. You guys, it's really
Mhm.
weird. It's not at all like what you think it is, really. It's all this extra strange stuff. Um like a I don't even know how to describe it. And I don't want to give an I haven't read all the documents yet. So I reserve my most like adamant opinion for when I have read them all. But I will tell you some things that I have found that are juicy and weird that we have not been hearing about. We have not been hearing
Yeah,
about.
yeah, that'll be good. No, I'm really excited. I mean, obviously, I read like the texts and the correspondence and things that
I
were
sent
leaked
like
with Taylor.
700 files. Didn't I'm like, here they are. I'm
You
like,
did. You sent me so many, and it was very interesting. It's very interesting how the public has reacted to them, and it's
well,
very the entire case has been very interesting. And I've been sort of on the periphery too. Like I didn't want to get too deep into it. Like I sort of had my thoughts about it. And I feel like it's purposefully being muddied and a lot of stuff being thrown at us
well, there's
in order to confuse the narrative and that sort of thing. So I kind of didn't want to fall for that.
right. And that's kind of like because of how insane the PR teams are on both sides of this, like
Mm-hmm.
insane amounts of PR. I was like, I need to get to the facts of the case. Like, what is legally happening? What is the actual legal stuff that is happening in this case? Besides
Right,
all of
because that's really what like you really have to pull apart because there's like all this information and so
yeah,
much of it is like really
it's all
just
bullshit.
it's
Like,
just character assassination that doesn't have anything to do
well,
with the actual
what's
accusation.
weird is that okay, so yeah, this is okay. So yes, there's like huge PR machines that are trying to sway the court of public opinion as all high profile cases do, okay? So
Right.
it's like, all right, so now let's just see what are they actually presenting to a judge and jury?
Hmm.
What is really going on here?
Yeah.
Guys,
What is?
well, it's I will tell you, I've read 1,000 documents. 1,000.
Hmm.
Like really, honestly, it was just under that. It was like 995, but
Hmm.
close enough, right?
We'll take it.
We'll take it. There are lawsuits upon lawsuits, and there is what I have not found, and maybe I just haven't gotten to them yet. And this is I just wanted to like say, like maybe I should ask this instead. Um hold on. The guy that was fired to score the movie said he has never met Taylor Swift, but Blake fired him and hired yeah, okay. There's so much. Yes, that is a fact. There's so much weirdness. Okay. So how I'm going to be presenting this, and maybe we should do this also. Like I'm going to talk about it obviously today, but should we do a different live stream that's just this case? Because I know that there's other stuff happening in the Swiftie world that because
Hmm.
I'll end up being able to talk about this for like 5 hours a
Right.
day. Like
Well,
before.
I think maybe what we could do today is we can focus on the actual Taylor Swift, like the stuff the correspondence that came out this
Yeah,
week, and talk a little bit about that,
yeah, and it
and
okay,
because
yeah.
that's the kind of the most relevant stuff to us.
Well, it's all sort of relevant because it's really weird. To be honest with you
Mhm.
guys, this is a very strange situation that's happened because in the 1,000 pages that I have read, I have not found any accusation. Like I have not found essay in any of the legal documents.
I thought it wasn't SA. I thought it was SH.
I haven't found SH either, really. Legal SH. Haven't
Interesting.
found it. Haven't
Interesting.
found it. Have not
Okay.
found it yet. I
Okay.
have found he said this and this, but
Mhm.
then I found a document, guys, that has really disturbed me. And I think this case might even get thrown out. I don't know if it's going to trial because like the judge unsealed this letter. It's a Producers Guild of America or Producers Guild of Association.
Mm-hmm. PGA.
The PGA, yeah. You
Okay.
submit that, and it's to get a producer credit. And why are the text messages relevant? It is really just shit talking Justin. Yeah. So I'm going to get into it. It's pretty wild. So Blake wanted to get a producer's credit on this movie. I will also tell you that the insane level that Ryan Reynolds is involved in this case is absolutely shocking to me. It's absolutely shocking. It's shocking. So Blake writes this letter to get the credits, right? And you have to list like what you've done in there. And I'll read the letter later, highlight points of it. Maybe I'll do that next time. But what's fascinating here is that she lists everything that she was in charge of. And one of the things that she said she had complete and utter control over was hiring and firing on the set, HR, having a intimacy counselor or advocate coordinator. But the thing is that there already was one. Okay. There already was one. It's in the documents. So basically all the things that she's saying, I was powerless, blah, 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 blah. She's saying in this letter that she had utter and complete control over absolutely everything on this movie set. I read this letter, unfortunately, like 12 times. It's also written kind of like shit, like bad, but like, it's so long. She has people on the cast, writing letters for her, you know, because you have to. She name drops a bunch of people to try, like it's from what I've gathered in the first 1,000 pages. I don't know what started this, but I think Ryan Reynolds actually wanted owner's rights to this movie and the sequel. And Justin Baldoni already had them. Okay. And it caused a lot of issues. The amount of money Blake Lively made on this movie, because when she sort of took it over, she sort of just like took over this movie, and the text messages, the back and forth letters from her to Ryan to everyone involved are so crazy. I will also say this. I find this to be weird. I find it to be weird that Blake Lively invited Justin Baldoni to her house, both alone and with Ryan Reynolds there multiple times. And here's how the texts go. It's sort of like this. It's sort of like, hi, Justin, you're so awesome. And I just want to start off by, I'm paraphrasing, guys. This is not really a real text. Hi, guys. Hi, Justin, you're so awesome. You're amazingly talented and blah, 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 blah. And I love working on this project with you, blah, 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 blah. Send at 6:01. Send at 6:02 would be to somebody else. Justin is the worst, and he doesn't know what he's doing, and it's this kind of thing. And then there's this major Ryan Reynolds starts so much drama in this. Okay. But the one piece of evidence that I found that is truly mind-bending, and it's an affidavit, a sworn affidavit, and it was filed on May of 2025. Okay. And this sworn affidavit, here it is right here. I'm just going to show you that I'm reading actual court documents. Okay. This is the affidavit submitted. Okay. So I'm just going to sum this up, that basically what's happening here on February 14th, 2025, I received a voicemail from a person very closely linked to Taylor Swift, whom I subsequently called back the same day. We have later found out that this is her father that they're talking about.
Taylor's father.
Taylor's father, yes.
Okay.
Out of respect for the individual in question, I am not identifying them at this time. However, should the court direct me to do so, I will comply with the court's order. It's her father. During the February 14th, 2025 call, which lasted approximately an hour, the speaker told me that they had been informed by Douglas Baldridge, counsel for Taylor Swift and a partner at Venable LLP, which is her legal team, had received a phone call from Michael Gottlieb, that is Blake Lively's lawyer. So Blake Lively's lawyer is calling
Taylor's lawyer.
Okay. Counsel for Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, during which Mr. Gottlieb requested on Miss Lively's behalf that Taylor Swift make a social media statement in support of Miss Lively, given her absence from the Super Bowl that year, and stated that if Miss Swift failed to do so, Miss Lively would release 10 years of private text messages with Miss Swift. The individual also told me that they had been informed that Mr. Baldridge had accused Mr. Gottlieb, so Taylor's lawyer has accused Blake's lawyer of extortion, and ended the call.
I mean, because it is
extortion. During the same February 14th call, the individual told me that they had been informed that 4 or 5 months earlier, Miss Lively had requested that Miss Swift delete her text messages with Miss Lively. I was connected to this individual through a mutual friend who informed me that the individual wanted to talk. We have had several phone calls since February 14th. On a later call with the same individual, the individual told me that Mr. Baldridge had sent a written communication to Mr. Gottlieb relating to their phone conversation. My office issued a subpoena to Venable LLP for the purpose of seeking the aforementioned written communication. I declare under penalty and perjury pursuant to 28 U.S.C. 1746 that the foregoing is true and correct. Signed, Brian Friedman. And then there is attached to it a notary, which it's the certification that Brian Friedman personally appeared, who proved to me on the basis of satisfactory as evidence to be the person who they are, and with the information that they said is true, and signed notary, blah, 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 blah. Interesting.
What? Because
yeah. And so like, I remember hearing about this in like online, but I just assumed it was not, I mean, it sounded so ridiculous. I'm like, this is just part of some sort of weird smear campaign. Nope. So when we look at the timeline, that was just last year. So this made its way into court last May.
Yeah. Okay? I mean, last year, but it was like, 6 months ago.
Right. It was 6 months ago, but like, and it was submitted in May, but it's also talking about things in February because it mentions the Super Bowl. So I've been constructing this timeline because let me tell you guys, this is really confusing.
Hold on just a second. Wasn't she at the, am I remembering incorrectly? Wasn't she at the Super Bowl?
I can't even remember. I didn't even look.
Because the Chiefs played in this past Super Bowl.
Can somebody tell us?
I mean, obviously
I don't think she was at this one. I think she was at the last one, the first one, the one that they won.
Yeah, but
right?
She was at both. I thought she was at both.
I don't know.
Why would?
But either way,
because that's the one that he lost. Well, he didn't.
Yeah, but then this wouldn't make any sense because it said because she wasn't at the Super Bowl is why Blake Lively wanted Taylor Swift to make a social media post saying that hi Sarah.
Okay. We're saying Taylor was at the Super Bowl. We're not talking about
Blake. Yeah, Taylor was at the Super Bowl.
I'm talking, responding to the comments because they're saying the only friend of Taylor Right. But Taylor was there. That's why this correspondence doesn't make sense.
No,
Because
there's
Blake is saying,
because Blake wasn't there. Because Blake wasn't there.
Blake wasn't there. Okay,
yeah.
I misunderstood.
Blake is saying, because I wasn't at the Super Bowl, I want you to write this. I want you to make a social media post basically explaining why I wasn't there, like coming up with some reason, like basically not outing that you didn't invite me. I want you to say, you know, or I'm going to release 10 years of our text messages. So when I read this,
believe that.
You all, it's crazy. And it's Exhibit 1, if anyone's wondering. Okay. It's also document 219-1.
So basically Blake's position being, I want you to take a public stand with me, which if we were there if we were seen together, that would be enough of a public stand. But since I'm not there for us to be seen together, I need you to make this social media post, which we know she didn't, because she has not publicly said anything except for a song that came out that I go back and forth.
Yeah, I don't like. I'm putting the song on hold because I don't know. Like, first of all, I think the song might have originally been, it might have originally been like a yay, this is me, like a Blake. I don't know, yeah, but I don't think they're friends anymore. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
like this extortion letter is pretty would lead me to believe that Taylor's no longer friends with her.
Ricky, are you saying that you think Taylor's texts are wrong? Are you
some of them are pretty wild? I won't lie, guys. Some of them, some of the actions in these, it's this, okay? Like, and I tried to put this into
on both sides. I would like to say, like, there's stuff Blake says and there's stuff that Taylor says, and I'm like,
oh, yeah.
But
without question. But here's
also stuff that people are making a big deal about that Taylor said that I'm just like,
but
here's not a big deal.
Here's the thing that I think I have learned, okay, from reading all of this. This is what seems to be happening, and I'll know more when I get through the next 2,000 pages.
Yeah.
Is that at the beginning, I don't think that Taylor. Okay, let me just say this. I am leaning towards. I am pretty sure that Blake made up most of this case.
Wow.
Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and say that from the evidence, from the insane depositions I read, like of the cast members there, and maybe it's just me having PTSD still from the Karen Reed trial, but look, when there is a witness that changes their testimony, I'm like, this is I'm getting flashbacks of Jim McCabe and the O'Keeffes and the whole I am just So what I'm saying is that there's some very strange changing of narratives. Here are like the things so far that like people have said that was the big sexual harassment things. Those jeans look sexy.
Not great.
Not legal sexual harassment either.
Right. I mean, I think if also, it was every day, a comment like that every day.
No, it was one.
You know, but if it was a one-off, especially
once,
you could.
And this is not to Blake. This is to another actress. This is to another actress who said in her deposition, "Did you find it was sexual harassment? No. Did you go to HR? No. Why? Because it was resolved. There was nothing more to talk about."
And then it also throws into question, like, are you talking about? He didn't say those jeans are sexy on you. He could be talking about it in like a standpoint of like, in the movie, you need to look sexy, and those I don't know, and I don't want to defend or whatever. We don't know what happened.
Yeah, I really am going to be able to thoroughly talk about this once I get through all the legal documents. But like, I'm just saying my honest opinion right at this very moment. I have spent from Wednesday to today. I have read almost 1,000 pages of this case. Okay.
Yeah.
Literally have thousands more to go.
And but so far you feel like it's not meeting the criteria. It's not passing the
not only is it not
basically.
meeting the criteria, the evidence shows that they're like, I haven't figured out what the extreme motive was to do all this, but I think it was because Ryan Reynolds wanted to own the rights to this movie, to the sequel, and I think like there possibly was like it was going to be a trilogy or something like that. I'm not really
Okay.
sure. But I think that the overall taking down of this person was purely based on something that they wanted from the studio, because I have not, I've looked at all the evidence. I cannot find insane sexual harassment. I can't find like any of the things. Everyone contradicts everyone else. And then Blake, in her own letter, when she said, I have complete control over the entire studio, HR, hiring and firing, that like,
Yeah,
that
that's
means
not
you are
gonna.
not an employee, because one of the other things that she's claiming is it was harassment by an employer to an employee. In this letter, she is saying that she's actually the employer, which is completely insane to me. So, okay, so getting back to Taylor's text, this is what I think happened. And
Okay.
I'm just putting this together loosely so you guys don't flip out. I will have probably a different opinion once I read this whole case, but I am committed, I'm dedicated, and trust me, I will find us every fact imaginable.
Right. We're just trying to,
because this is what I love.
I mean, it's a big mess, and we're just trying.
There's
It's like a
lot.
room full of crap, and we're trying to pull stuff out and determine what
Well,
has value, what gets
it's
thrown
also
away, until
it's
we can see the whole thing.
also like I take everything that's been legally filed. Like I'm not looking at anything that's online, although some things have been entered into evidence because they are part of a very sharp smear campaign on Blake's part.
Yes.
Like, Blake has done a lot of smearing
both
of
of
this
their
man.
parts, but yes.
Okay, like a lot of very, very bad things. Okay, so back to Taylor. This is what I think happened.
Okay.
I think Blake told Taylor all the things that we think that were on, like he's sexually harassing me. He's doing all of this like really crazy stuff, like all of the bad stuff that's inexcusable and like horrendous. And of course, Taylor believes her, like, oh my God, what? Like, okay, so being really good friends, she's like, I'll do anything for you. You know what I mean? I'll help you take this guy down. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Because I believe what you're saying. Okay. Now, all the text messages so far, there will be a lot more because they haven't all been unsealed. But the text messages so far from Taylor are like, I believe my friend. This guy is a predator. And you also have to realize that what's also going on at the same time that is unclear in the media, but is very clear in the documents, is that Blake and Ryan Reynolds were behind the scene orchestrating a massive full-on smear campaign within the cast and the author of the book. Okay. So Ryan starts sending everyone in the production, his agents, like the Sony, the distributor, Bradley Cooper, Ben Affleck's wife, Ben Affleck, Matt Damon's wife, all of them, these like insane amount of emails talking about like all of this, like all the stuff that's going on to Blake. And oh my God, Blake is telling people on the cast, like, oh, you're not allowed to do that because Justin won't let it. Justin has never said any of this. So she's starting this whole kind of like, who does he think he is kind of campaign, right? So then by the time she gets to Taylor, she already has all of these people believing that all of this stuff is happening when really, from what I've seen so far, and I'm really hoping that these next 2,000 pages prove me wrong, because if not, this is insane to me. It's truly wild behavior. So Taylor gets all this information, right? Because now Taylor's like talking in group chats and with all these people that Blake has already been telling all of this to. Ryan is telling Taylor that all of this is happening. They're all saying all this is happening when really all of this is not happening. Right on the set. First of all, also let me just throw this out there that's truly mesmerizing. Blake Lively, this all occurred within 16 days. That's how long, that's the amount of days that she was on the set. All of this sexual SH, all of it happened 2 days, not even full days, because all of that is also in the legal documents. This is why reading the legal case is the best way to do it, because it shuts down every single thing you've heard online, because it's not what's going on. Okay, so and on set there was all of the intimacy coordinators, there was all of this stuff. So it's really weird. It's really weird because there's the emails that are like, we need a intimacy coordinator on the set, and like there's 3. And she's like, well, I don't like any of those. So she starts changing. It's like she starts just taking over this production. Okay. They also made a ton of money on it, because then they hired Ryan Reynolds' marketing team to do the marketing. Then, because now Blake's the producer, she starts using her own wardrobe, her own clothes, and loaning them to the set to make all of this money off. Like this, it's like all this, like, what? Like crazy stuff. Here's the other thing. All of this shit talking to Justin Baldoni started before they started filming. Before one day of set. What happened was they found out that he had bought the rights to this movie. He's been working on this project for 5 years. Okay. He was like deeply dedicated to it, was obsessed with the book, was obsessed with the author. It also says in these documents, by the way, that Blake Lively never even read the book. I mean, that to me is also kind of weird, but
I think that's quite common in Hollywood, but I mean, I don't know.
I mean, like what I'm saying is, like in the legal documents, not on anything online, in the legal documents, it shows how long and how much Justin, paid for, like he oh, hold on. You're leaving? Speaking meows? Oh, why?
Well, I think he's got plans today, so.
Okay. So anyway, it's just a mess. It's a mess that like the backstabbing started pre-filming. Pre-filming. I'm going to be making a timeline because, guys, again, I've just been reading this like literally nonstop since Wednesday. It's now Sunday. Like I was trying to get as much done as I possibly could. And to talk about, but here's what, like, back to what with Taylor's involvement. So Taylor, I think, was absolutely like, oh my God, he's doing this to my best friend. Of course, like I will help you do anything. Now there is some lies that she has been caught in. We can't escape that. I mean, she has been caught in the did you know he was going to be there on your way to Blake Lively's house? And she said, I had no idea. She knew. She knew. She pumped up, like, pick her version over this of the edit, or, all of that stuff. But I truly believe that she thought that that things were a way that they weren't. And what's interesting is that their text messages stop, like the text messages that when she's like, is something wrong? When Blake Lively's like, is something wrong? Like, I feel like there's something weird going on in our friendship. Those stopped in 2024, December, I believe, December 2024. Then we get the affidavit that I just sent you that was submitted in May. This is when I think that the lawyers for Justin Baldoni sent the facts to Taylor's lawyer and was like, here's the facts of the case. And the facts of the case are there is no mention of all of the things that we think this case is about. This case is really about extortion, in my opinion, so far, and about trying to take over a movie by any means necessary, unfortunately. And I think that it is strongly, like, Ryan Reynolds is the most unhinged person in this entire case. Like, the shit that he is writing to everyone involved and the threatening, like, crazy tone and wordage, and this must happen and you must do this and bub, like, it's wild. It's one of those situations where it's like, damn, this is how effective PR is, because never in my wildest dreams would I've ever guessed that this is, hold on one second. I have to go because I'm going to the beach. Oh, okay. We'll come back for the next one. We miss you. I miss you. I've been sick and now I've been shoved in this case. Like, love you. Hope you have fun at the beach. But I think that this is a really crazy PR stunt. The other thing that Taylor was involved in, I believe, is the New York Times article, because she knew that was coming out. And I don't know how she knew that was coming out, but she did know it was coming out, which is really interesting because she's like, I think, that bitch is got his tiny violin out. I think I think he knows something is going to be happening. This is also a huge, interesting fact. Okay. So everyone whose text messages were up for being unsealed, you could write a letter into the judge saying, don't unseal my text messages. Okay. And a lot of people did. And Blake wrote a letter on behalf of Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift did not write a letter that said, don't unseal my text messages, which to me is like, go ahead and unseal them. I don't care. Like, I've been duped. I think that's why she was like, she did not write the letter. Her lawyers didn't write the letter. She actually said that there's a letter from one of her lawyers in here that's saying that she would absolutely do a deposition if need be. And Blake wrote this unhinged letter, like, do not release the Taylor Swift text messages because it could be life-threatening to us both. We've read the text messages, you guys. They're just very bad for Blake's case. I think when you start putting all the pieces together, it becomes really obvious, because I spent like literally all day Thursday trying to figure out what were the events that happened that were so horrific. And then she says that one line in the Taylor Swift text that's like, when he said that he didn't know pop culture, he didn't know anything about pop culture. That was the worst thing he's ever done to me. And I'm so embarrassed because he said that in front of you. Now, I could be nitpicking here, but like, if he was violating you physically, I don't think I just don't think that would be the worst thing he could ever do to you, is say you don't know pop culture. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Wild.
We don't, here's my struggle. I don't know Blake's personality really at all. And I don't know Justin's either, really, or Ryan's for that matter. Like, these are not people that I've like followed intently. So maybe that's just the way she talks, I'm struggling because I have said from the beginning, like, and I always believe victims. Like, of course you do too. I know that you do. And absolutely. My struggle with, I
believe victims when they are victims.
Yeah.
I believe victims when they are victims. Absolutely.
Right. And the struggle I've had with this really from the beginning is Blake, unfortunately, is not a very beloved person. They tried to do this smear campaign to make her seem even more unlikable. And my refrain has always been like, just because someone is unlikable doesn't mean they're not a victim. Like, there are no perfect victims.
Well, there are no perfect victims.
I have not read the court stuff, and even if I did read it, I don't know that I would understand it to the. I mean, I don't. But that's not how my interest levels are. So I don't know, and I just don't want. I want to make it very, very clear that we as a platform, we are not making a judgment one way or another. We are not saying.
Oh, but I will when I read all these documents. I'll tell you right now, I
Okay.
will. Because I mean, I'm like it's, I have done so many cases and it's okay. Like, let me just talk about Karen Reed for a minute. When Karen Reed, when that happened, it was like, this is what happened. It was like, woman kills her boyfriend, runs him over. Okay, first line. Then the smear campaign starts happening with her. Like, crazy woman runs over her boyfriend. And it's like, okay, but really, like, the facts were that a woman drops off her boyfriend, who is a cop, okay?
Yeah.
At a party, at a cop party, at the most influential cop in the town's house. Like, I'm sorry, but if you're going to kill somebody, if you're like doing a murder, okay, like, it would be like, you would have to be literally the most unhinged individual in the universe to decide to kill your cop boyfriend at a cop party's house in their front yard with people coming and going. You know what I mean? It's like, she was painted as the victim for as the murderer, with like all this mountains of proof and all this. We have so much. They didn't have 1 ounce of proof. Not one. That case, there was 2 trials on 0 proof, and it is crazy and shocking. So anyway, and she's not a multimillionaire with like access to like the greatest PR machines you could ever imagine, you know? So it's wild to me. This is wild to me. It's wild. So like, yeah, I'm collecting the information now. I'm like 1,000 pages though. It's kind of like, well, where's what happened? I understand if she felt violated and then was trying to control the set as much as she could, but this isn't giving protect myself. This is giving mean girl, manipulating, husbanding vibes. Yeah. So I agree with this, because here's also what was going on is that, the thing that also really got me, okay, because you know how a lot of this centered on their intimacy scenes, like a lot of this was like the harassment came from, like, it is in documentation everywhere, to the studio, to other people, to all that, everywhere, that Justin Baldoni was like, just use a body double for me then. I don't care. If that makes you more comfortable, use a body double. I don't even need to be in the intimacy scenes. We can use a body double. And she's like, no. And he's like, you can use a body double. You can do, like, I'm not trying to make anything uncomfortable for you. See, like, the thing is that when you get into the facts of the case, she says these statements, but then it's like, well, here's all how none of this was sort of happening, and how you were telling people all of this stuff because you wanted to, like, you wanted the production credits, and you wanted to take over this, and you wanted the marketing to be in-house via you and Ryan. And Ryan really went, like, Ryan, I don't know. Ryan apparently hated him from the beginning somehow. And it really stems from this. He owned the rights, and that really made Ryan Reynolds mad. And like, unhinged behavior where people are like Sony is like, why is she doing this? She's literally ruining, like, everyone's experience on set. Like, she's making things extremely difficult. I read a bunch of depositions about the premiere and the press tour, okay? Because this was like a huge thing, right?
Yeah.
So inevitably, what appears to be happening from everyone's depositions, including the author of the book, Colleen, Justin was the only one that was talking about SA, that this movie is about SA, in DV. I'm sorry, DV.
Mm-hmm.
Blake gets all mad, like, why is he talking about that? I didn't talk about that at my press thing. Well, then she goes and tells everyone in the cast that we're not allowed to talk about the DV, only Justin is, right? So then in the depositions, the lawyers are like, who told you that you couldn't talk about DV on the press tour? Like, Blake. Well, what did she say? Blake said that Justin wasn't allowing anyone to do that. Justin never, like, in none of these communications, I've read like probably 900 text messages and email exchanges, and there was nothing in it. Like, all of this stuff is like, there's no point of where I can see it happening. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what's weird about it. Like, usually it's like, oh, well, here it is,
Is it possible? And again, I'm coming from like a non-legal
Maybe
knowledge at all kind of person. Is it possible that because he's a savvy person, he was saying one thing in writing and saying something else verbally?
I mean, but you also have to ask, like, why would he do this? He has spent 5 years and all of his money and all of his stuff to acquire the rights to this movie. He felt very passionate about the book. He was obsessed with the book author. Like, he loved this book and the following book and all of this stuff. Why would he want the marketing? And that's the other thing. So that's when Ryan Reynolds really goes over the top. He's like, that's really what kicked off the PR thing, is that because Blake said, put on your florals and go see this movie. Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, that didn't go over very well in the media because people are like, this is a movie about DV. Why is she saying that? So the general public was starting to say, like, I feel like that's tone deaf, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is not that type of movie. So then Ryan Reynolds goes crazy that the marketing is like ridiculous and like it's all Justin's fault, but really they were the ones doing the marketing for it. Ryan Reynolds' personal company, him and Blake Lively's personal company.
Mm-hmm.
And we're getting smeared because she said this, and then Justin goes out and talks about DV and no one else does. And it's like, and this is also the press tour. Correct me if I'm wrong about what about your bump, right? Isn't that?
No,
yeah,
I think
was that a different movie?
I think it was a different movie, and it just kind of came up because it was like there was already this sort of that had come out, if I recall correctly, if I have the timeline correctly. It was like coming.
Hi, T. Lee.
It was kind of coming out, this narrative of Blake being this mean girl. And I think that was part of the narrative. Part of the smear campaign was these old interviews coming up where maybe she didn't, say the right whatever. Because I think she's just not.
No, hold on. I need to address
how careful she is with her words. Is the impression I get of who she is as a person. Again, I don't really follow her, so I could be wrong. I don't know. And yes, that's what I said. Holly and I discussed this the other day, and I said, well, yeah, I bet she would want Ryan there, and she would, like, Ryan maybe wrote the emails or whatever because he was trying to like help her navigate this. I don't know.
Okay, but like what the thing is that we have to get back to what is the thing, what happened though.
No, I understand.
Right? And also, I'm not saying that he shouldn't be supporting Blake. I'm not suggesting that at all. But the amount of emails and how he's writing them were so unhinged and so crazy. And here's the other thing that never comes up in any of the emails. Not one. Of all the complaints they have about the movie and Justin, you know what never comes up in any single one of the emails is SA and SH. Not once, never. It's only about marketing. It never comes up. He talks to his agent. He talks to his
Mhm.
other agent. He talks to
Mhm.
Sony. He talks to all of his friends in Hollywood. He talks to the cast. He talks to the PGA. He talks to every single, but everyone. Never says that there was an incident of any, like, at all. That he never brings it up. So far, in the 1,000 documents that I've read, not once has he said, this man did this to my wife. That's what I find. Because wouldn't that be the first thing you say? This guy said this. Here's some things that he did say. He did ask about what her weight was going to be when she came back, because he had a back injury and he needed to know how he should be training for when she came back. That's one thing he said. He did say that Jenny Slate's leather pants looked sexy. He oh, and also, here's the other thing. In here, I can't remember which document it is, but Ryan actually admits that he's the one that rewrote the movie. It wasn't even Blake Lively. Blake says she rewrote it. The whole thing, by the way. Really, it's 2 scenes. Like, she said that she rewrote the entirety of it. And then in here, Ryan says that he wrote rewrote it. It's wild beyond measure. The other thing, let me just give you this example. The wardrobe budget was $165,000 for the wardrobe budget for this movie. 16 days of shooting.
Okay.
Blake takes over and it is $500,000 of clothes of her own that she's lending to artists on this.
She gets paid for it.
Totally. Absolutely. It's like there's so much craziness in this. It's like it's not even the case that's just one thing. It's like so many things were happening, and the paper trail is so wild. And I hope that they unseal the rest of this stuff, because it is absolutely, I mean, okay. Like, you would expect that the letters from Ryan Reynolds to be to Ben Affleck, Matt Damon's wife, his manager who he's been with for his entire career, his agent, Sony Distribution, all of the lawyers at Wayfair. You would think that the first statement is, this director has done harm to my wife in a physical way. Why would that not be the first sentence? Why would that not even be included at all? It's not even included at all. It's not even mentioned. It's like the marketing, he's an untrained director who has no business like directing my wife. It's just like, these are the legal documents. The legal documents. What is involved in this case and why we are bringing it to a court, you usually have to write out, because it's blankety blankety blank. Where is that? There's none of it. It's wild. It's wild. It's really weird, guys. Like, I mean, I wasn't expecting this. I wasn't expecting it to be so kind of weird. And I'm not trying to have another hot take Swift AF Sunday, but like sometimes it's just, you know what? Like, it's just like, I mean, I don't know. It's weird. What do you guys think? I mean,
well, they think a lot. If you look at the comments, they think a lot.
They did change the story.
Let's sort of get back to the Taylor-ness of it all. The reason the texts were released. Can you talk about that? Because it wasn't it Justin's side that pushed for the text to be released, not Blake's side? I mean,
no. They both have pushed. Well, here's the thing. Here's the tricky thing, though. Maybe Justin did, because I honestly, I don't want to say yes or no on that, because again, I've read like 1,000 pages. There's a lot of people involved in this. Mm-hmm. But I will say that Blake was the one that actually brought Taylor Swift into the lawsuit, and Justin did not. And that is a fact. Like, that is a fact. she's spun it the other way that, oh, Justin has brought Taylor Swift into this. Nope. On Blake's witness list, she added Taylor Swift first, and she added via text exchanges and whatever. She was the first person to present, like, this is a person that we can all you know, have access to in this courtroom. If she did not do that, Justin couldn't have done that. But she opened the door for Justin to be able to do it. To say, like, then bring in the text messages then, okay? Like, you're going to put Taylor Swift on your witness list for whatever reason. I mean, I think Taylor was duped in this, to be honest with you. Like, I think that she did participate in some, like, let's bash this guy, because why? Like, my friends would do that.
Absolutely.
I mean, absolutely. They were like, what can I, absolutely, let's take him down. If he did all of these things that you're telling me that he did. But here's the thing, is that I think it took her, like, Taylor, a little while to realize, and I think it's probably her, again, from this affidavit from the 2025, February 14th. If your lawyer is having a conversation with Taylor Swift's dad and he's saying Blake Lively is actively trying to extort Taylor Swift, do you know how crazy this is? Now, this was just unsealed.
Mm-hmm.
This was just unsealed. And you know, the other thing that Blake fought the hardest to have sealed forever was her letter to PGA. And I'm like, why does she want this sealed so badly? Like, why is this what she's fighting for the most, to have sealed the most? And you know why? Because in the letter, it's 7 pages long of her saying that she had complete and utter control over absolutely everybody and everything on that set, and no one. She was in charge of everything. She was HR. She says it in there. I was the HR. I did handle everything. If there was complaints about people's behavior, they would come see me. All of these things. Like, so you can't say that you are an employee in workplace harassment legally if you are in charge of the entire thing. It's wild. It's wild. It's a wild turn of events. So when that got released, when that got unsealed, I think it was Thursday. It might have even been Friday. I can't remember at this point. But when reading that, I was like, oh my God. She's saying that she literally did absolutely everything.
Okay. So okay. So much to take in. First of all,
I just knocked out that thing again. You say
okay. Yeah. Okay. So first of all, I just want to, like, reiterate the fact that the text and the correspondence that we've seen from Taylor are not bad, and, like, the things that she said, like, it's fine. I don't understand people clutching their pearls over them. I feel like people are making weird assumptions about the tiny violin comment, about that has something to do with Justin's anatomy, and that's not how I read it at all. And it's very interesting that I liked reading the correspondences because I felt like it gave me insight into the song Canceled, and I got very excited about listening to it again and breaking it down with Holly. So that part of it was, like, very interesting to me. In terms of the legal stuff, I don't know. I think I don't know, and I don't know if I'll ever know. And maybe things will come out if it does go to trial. Maybe more things will come out in the trial that just haven't come out in the paperwork ahead of time. I don't know. I don't know how that all works out. Somebody said in the comments that Justin walked in on Blake when she was feeding her child. My understanding is that wasn't Justin. It was the other person that's involved in this case, which is part of Wayfarer.
Why is my light so bright? Is my light too bright?
I don't know why I can't think of his.
I can't think of his name.
Jamie Heath.
Jamie Heath. Yeah.
And my understanding of that story, and this is how Jenny Slate said it, because she said she was in the dressing room when it happened, is that he knocked on the door and they were like, don't come in, because she was filming, right? So she has a costume. So she's going to feed her child. She just completely, like, waist up so that there's nothing happens. There's no spit up. There's nothing, like, no, leaky diaper, anything like that on her costume, because obviously that would be a big setback in the filming. So Blake is undressed from the top up. And so they're saying don't come in. Either possibly he mishears that. We know that happens sometimes. Whatever. He comes in. He sees that she is naked from the top up and does not say like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'll wait till you're done. Let me know. He comes in, continues to have a conversation with her. And of course, if she's undressed from the top up and she's got her child on one half of her, the other half is completely exposed.
She was breastfeeding, right? Yeah.
Right. I was trying not to use that word because I just don't know about like the.
Well, I think you're allowed to say that.
No, because of YouTube. I just don't want to get like.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we're allowed to say it.
Or whatever. I don't know. We did start off saying fuck guys. So maybe we can say the word breast and it won't be a big deal, but who knows? Okay, so yes. And it's like you've got both your hands. You can't exactly whatever. So what Jenny says she did as this conversation continues and she's sensing how obviously wild and uncomfortable this is. And probably, I'm sure Jenny didn't feel, she's like a.
For the record, Jenny Slate has changed her testimony twice. So,
well,
I'm just saying. There's a lot of.
I'm just giving the story that I understand.
I know.
So Jenny goes and takes like I don't know if it was a burp cloth or a towel or something, and at least covers Blake because Blake can't do anything at that point. When you're breastfeeding your child, it's not like you can say, "Oh, hold on, child, wait a second, I'm gonna." You can't do that, right? I mean. Unless you want the child to start screaming their head off, right? So that is wild to me. That story is wild to me that a man would come in and see that and not immediately turn around. Like that, the level of, I don't know, ego or I don't the feeling that you can just come in and you can do whatever you want, or just sit there and have this conversation. But again, this is Jamie Heath. This is not Justin.
Humphrey or something. I can't remember his last name. I'm sorry, I can't remember it. But yeah, that's not Justin though.
No, I know.
Not Justin.
But he's also. But Jamie, because somebody in the comments said it was Justin, so that's why I was clarifying.
Okay. Gotcha.
And then I was telling the story because it's interesting to me. The story is interesting to me because, in a sense, if something like that happened. I'm trying to get into mindsets, I think is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to understand, like, how did Blake feel on this set? And did she, was there a situation where people were saying one thing and doing another? Was she just feeling very unprotected? Did the intimacy coordinators not listen to what I don't know.
She fired the intimacy coordinators and hired her own. And these incidents happened after that. So this is the other weird thing. It's like, and I'm just going to say this to Ricky. I have not gotten to why she fired the intimacy coordinators. Okay. But like, I have not gotten to that part. Again, I've only read 1,000 pages ago. So
yeah, of course.
But I'm going to respond to Ricky right here. And he said, I guess Blake can't be assertive at her job. Just Justin is allowed. Reminds me of the man. Okay. Let me say that in the legal paperwork, and I'm just going this by a legal paperwork way, that there was literally no one more assertive on this set than Blake Lively. Blake Lively was in control of this shooting really like from the jump here. You know what I mean? Like she really just came in and was like, no, I'm sort of like taking over. And it's very odd. I'm not going to lie. This case is odd. There's oddities.
I feel like there's something that it feels like there's a missing piece of the puzzle. And that's what I'm saying. I wonder if there were verbal or like undocumentable things happening.
But yeah, that like no one's witnessed.
The piece that we're missing.
Yeah, but like here's the other thing. Like all of the people on the crew, like we witnessed none of this. We didn't witness anything.
You know what? Like, but sometimes people who harass and abuse are like super duper good at like covering their tracks, and they know that, and they know
even Blake's friends on the set. Blake's friends on the set are like, we did not witness any of it. I mean, I don't know.
Maybe they didn't. But maybe
Yeah,
they
I
didn't.
mean,
Maybe it was
maybe
all
they
like
didn't.
just like he said. Maybe he knew if he said it in front of them that they would then, like, he's savvy enough. I don't know. That's what I just, I don't know.
I have a problem with so far what my issue is that first of all, I'm defending Taylor in this, like, because I believe, and then I just from how you can see, like, I think that I think I think Blake was telling her all of this massive stuff was happening, and
Telling Taylor.
then and then
Yes.
Taylor found out that that in fact is not what's happening, and that's what led to this extortion affidavit saying that Blake Lively threatened to expose 10 years of their text messages if she didn't do X, Y, and Z. Now, this exact play, if you don't do this, I'm going to do this, is rampant throughout this entire case with almost every single person on the set via Blake and Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds especially started threatening people, if you don't say blank, 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 if you don't do this, blank, blank, if you don't write this letter for Blake Lively to get her PGA producer credit, you know, like all of this like crazy shit, you know. The deposition with the author of the book is one of the most interesting because this had to do with
Colleen Hoover.
Yeah, with Colleen
Okay.
Hoover, because there was this thing called Book Bonanza where they were all supposed to go and talk about the book and talk about yeah, like the movie and the book, and you show sort of like a Comic-Con, I guess,
Okay.
thing.
Yeah, like a book convention. Sure.
Yeah. And Blake told, and this is in everyone's depositions, okay?
Okay.
For legal depositions. The questions are like, why didn't Justin go to Book Bonanza? And everyone would say, oh, because Blake told me that Colleen said that he wasn't allowed to go because of issues on the set, right? And then it like this was like everyone's thing. Well, did Colleen ever say that to you? No. Did you ask why Justin wasn't there? No. So you're the only reason why he wasn't there is because of what you heard from Blake. Yes. So then Colleen in her depositions, like, why wasn't Justin at Book Bonanza? And she was like, well, I wanted them both to come, but they wouldn't speak to each other at this point in time. But I was really hoping that they would both come. So then they were like, so you didn't tell Justin that he couldn't show up? And she's like, no, not at all. I would never do that. I wanted him to be there. He's the director of this movie. He's the person I've been working with for years, trying to get my book, you know, into a movie. Like, no, of course I didn't tell him not to come. But like everyone else on the set heard from Blake that Colleen said that Colleen uninvited him, which was not true. Which is not true. And so it's like these things like this, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, so it all comes back down to Blake told everybody that this was what was happening, but really in reality, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In reality, it's weird. Power imbalance is necessary without a power imbalance. And it appears, and in Blake's own words, in her letter, she says that she has complete and utter control over the entire set. Everything, like the amount of stuff that she said that she in this letter, she said that she directed the whole film. Also, by the way, everyone, she said that she directed the entire movie. Like it's wild. It's wild. Ricky, the internet is smearing women as usual, just like Amber Heard on other cases.
I mean, he's saying the internet.
The internet. Yeah, it's the internet. Yeah,
and
for sure. It's the internet.
Justin's
It's not the
lawyer
facts
is
of the
the
case,
same
though.
as Johnny Depp's lawyer, and Justin's lawyer is very closely connected to Scooter Braun, and we can't forget that. We can't forget there are all these other circumstances that this part of what makes it so messy. It's part of why we like it's not a straightforward case.
But here's the thing: it's like, when am I going to find the evidence in this case of like what happened? Like, usually you can find like what happened on this day at this time. He said this or touched me inappropriately. First of all, I want you to also know that Justin Baldoni, because there was like this hugging, like there was like that thing with like it was a hugging cast or like whatever. And the cast members like, I went up and would hug Justin all the time. And Justin would say, like, stop, like, he would be like, that's not appropriate, which is pretty wild. Pretty wild. I'm just saying, it's pretty weird. It's pretty weird.
The accusation of his character sort of is that he is sort of like a performative feminist kind of. I don't know. I don't want to defend one side over another because I really don't know. So I guess I'm sort of playing devil's advocate a little bit, but I don't know.
I can't wait to read the remaining of these pages, guys, because like it is so eye-opening. Like it's been like, wait, what? Like first of all, okay, so after all this stuff is going on, she apparently invites Justin Baldoni to her house alone to talk about all this stuff. Now, would you do that?
I don't
think that?
So. I've never been in the situation either, so I don't. But I mean, maybe she was trying to like, I don't know, record something. I don't know. I just feel like, listen, I feel like there's one of two things happening. Either there's stuff that happened that is for some reason not in the court documents, and we don't know, maybe it will come out in trial, or both of them are guilty of, to some degree, of some sort of manipulation of the facts, whatever, of coming after each other, maybe for retaliation, or I don't know, but it just is obviously not straightforward, right? And we may never know the actual truth of any of it. And maybe it's a situation where it's, the case gets dismissed and we just don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. Tiffany, nobody wanted to give up the DV plotline. The weirdness was that the Ryan Reynolds edit, the rooftop scene, whatever, like he redid that. He redid a bunch of other scenes that kind of steered away from like the core of the book. Again, I'm just going to say this, and I'm just basing everything that I'm saying. Please, it's not my opinion. I'm just going off of what is presented legally in a court of law for this case on both sides. That Justin Baldoni had loved this book, and I guess there's a sequel to the book or something. I mean, I don't know, but like there's a sequel, and he bought the rights to it. He loved this story. Okay. He was very close to the author because of his passion for this project. He had been working on obtaining all this and producing it and directing it for five years before this happened. He did not want to steer away from the DV plotline. So like, again, it's like there's this, what has happened is that this got into the court of a public opinion and PR machines went wild before the case has been presented. And that's, now we're backtracking through, and that's hard to do because we have all of our, we've come to our decisions in our heads, because I mean, this has been going on for how long? Over a year?
Yeah.
And like, so we have these biases that we have formed from the massive amount of misinformation on both sides that have been going around like crazy. But like when you get to like the core of like, why is any of this happening? It's so murky. It's so weird because like, honestly, it's like one of the first court cases that I've ever like dove into that I'm like, how come I can't figure out like what was the trigger point here? Like what was the over the top situation and why wasn't he fired?
I don't know.
Right? I mean, like, and it was like, it ended up being a battle over whose edit gets in to the movie, and all like it's just weird. And like, I hate to keep bringing up Ryan Reynolds, but it's bizarre. His it's not that he's standing up for Blake. Okay. That's not what's bizarre. What's bizarre is his like nonstop total hate from the beginning, before shooting even started, over the fact that he owned the movie rights, that Justin Baldoni owned the rights to the movies. And so I don't get it, man. I don't know. It's not her right to make changes, though, as it wasn't her movie. Right. But she did anyway. This is what I'm saying. But she did anyway. She went in there and did like a lot of over the top stuff, like for reasons that aren't clear yet in the court documentation as to why she went to this level of everything. When I read court documents that are like, Justin Baldoni said that he would have a body double, that Blake Lively could have a body double, that she could like whatever for intimacy scenes, like I find that to be odd in a case where it's like, no, he's forcing me to do stuff. You know what I mean? Blake used Taylor to intimidate. Absolutely. Now, back to Taylor. I think that Blake 100% used Taylor in this situation without question. I think that she played on their friendship, and I think that she spun the story as the story that we all know. You know what I mean? That we thought we knew, like, though he was ASing and SHing and all of the stuff left, right, and center. You know what I mean? Like, I was expecting when I opened these documents to find like horrific accounts of like wildly inappropriate behavior, and I have not found it yet. I have found he said those jeans look sexy, or those pants look sexy, to not even Blake, to somebody else. I have found like things like this, but not like over the top. And like when they were asking, it was Jenny Slate that like, did you go to HR? I didn't need to. Oh, okay. Well, she's like, it made me feel uncomfortable for like a minute. And then like her testimony keeps changing. So like, this is another thing, like people's testimonies keep changing over time. And that's also kind of, again, I've got Karen Reed post-traumatic stress disorder from witnesses changing their testimony. Like like maybe I'm not far enough removed from that case yet, but so the text shouldn't have been released if there was no essay, looks irrelevant. So the text shouldn't have been released. Well, the text definitely needed to be released, because it's not just Taylor's texts that were released. It was a lot of texts to a lot of different people. We're talking about so many people that Blake and Ryan Reynolds were communicating to about how they wanted, basically the gist, and I'm just going to sum this up as of right now. I haven't finished reading the whole case. They were trying to build a team of people that had their back for a situation that was not even in any of their emails, which is so weird. Like, never once anywhere does Ryan Reynolds say, this guy SA'd my wife. It's never mentioned. He talks about how he's so pissed about the marketing. And like, he's furious that he's really pissed over Blake saying, wear your florals, it's going to be a girls' night, or that's comment about the watching the movie. Like when it was premiering, like it didn't go over well with the public, and that had nothing to do. It was like I type of the people were commenting like, where are your florals? This is a movie about DV. You know what I mean? So Ryan Reynolds became furious that that Sony, their managers at William Morris, and because William Morris is also the agent for Blake, Ryan, and Justin. So they weren't doing enough to like fix that narrative. That basically Blake came off not great to the media at large with her comments about wear your florals, you know?
Mhm.
That's like the his biggest complaint in this entire thing. And how dare you not send out like something saying that she wasn't allowed to talk about DV. And it's like, because like no one ever told her she wasn't allowed to talk about DV. She just didn't.
Mhm.
And so it was like this whole big thing about that. Like that's
So,
like the gist of every email is like that.
mhm. I want to say, like, just because I'm trying to read the comments while we're talking, it's hard to take all of it in, but it sounds like that Fatia, which, hi Fatia, welcome back. It sounds like
Hi,
she's
Fatia.
also read some or all of the legal documents, and it sounds like she also agrees with you that there's not much
Who
there.
has?
Fatia.
Oh, yay.
It. I wonder if, like, is Ryan behind all of this? I don't
I
know.
think they both
Again,
are. I think Blake
I don't.
Lively and Ryan Reynolds literally wanted to hijack this movie, get the rights to it, because I think that they honestly, to me, it sounds like, oh, who is this Justin Baldoni? How dare he have the rights? He owns the rights to it. If we can hijack this, get the rights to it, and then we're guaranteed 2 more movies after that. It's very strange. Like, it is a very, very, very strange case. And now let me just add to this other thing, this newest thing that Blake has done. She has hired the lawyer from the Jeffrey Epstein victims. Okay.
Okay.
But not as her actual legal counsel. She's hired her to only talk to the media, which I think is it's a very odd thing to do. It's a very odd thing to do, because it's giving a message without giving a message. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this person represents women who were victimized in the worst, most grotesque ways
Is it
that you
Gloria
could.
Allred? Is that who it?
No, it's her
Oh,
name
okay.
is I can't think of her name. It's like she has like super, super blonde hair. She just appeared outside of the courthouse. Like,
Okay.
she's only hired not as legal counsel, not as somebody that's going to be arguing this case. It's basically a PR move.
Mm-hmm.
But what's weird though is that Blake, right before she did this, she filed a motion that said that Justin Baldoni cannot hire any legal team to just act as PR. And then she immediately goes and hires a lawyer who we all know to handle the PR of it. And it's wild. Now, here's the other thing. I don't think that Blake Lively ever thought for in a million years that the text messages were going to be unsealed. I don't think that she thought they were going to be unsealed. And this is the problem, is like, now that they are, now they've had to change their story, which they have. And when you have to keep changing the story over what this case is about, when you've been saying die hard, it's this, for so long. And let's also realize that Justin Baldoni actually has a history of being a victim of DV.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Which doesn't stop you from also being a perpetrator, just in
It
the general
doesn't.
scheme of
It
things.
doesn't.
But
It
if
doesn't.
this is made up, and she made it up about someone who has been victimized in the past, that's pretty rotten. It's pretty dirty. I don't like that at all. I mean, I don't like making up accusations at all, obviously. But it's
No,
like
but I mean, absolutely not. Like, you should not ever make up it, like,
no.
horrible stories like
It
this. I mean,
does such an
because
enormous disservice
totally,
to actual victims. So
without
if
question,
that's what it is,
without question.
mm-mm.
And the problem here is that I think that, and I'm not outside of the Taylor texts, you know, like, well, actually, let's just go back inside the Taylor text when she's saying like, this guy's falling for all of it. Okay, they were colluding, okay, but they were like best friend colluding, and I
Yeah.
truly believe in my heart that Taylor believed the story that Blake was telling her, because the other thing is, a lot of these documents have just been unsealed. That means that Taylor couldn't even have read them, either.
Yeah.
Um, but last year in May, other documents got unsealed then too. And so when her lawyer, Taylor Swift's lawyer, said that Taylor Swift is being extorted by Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, and it is a legal document, sworn affidavit in part of this court case. Again, everyone, it is document 219-1, legal document. It's the affidavit saying that Blake Lively told her lawyer to tell Taylor Swift's lawyer that if she does not do X, Y, and Z, make a post about why she wasn't at the Super Bowl with her, blah, 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 basically making it appear that we're still friends, then she is going to release 10 years of text messages between the two of them.
That is,
you guys, that is crazy. So, okay. So look at that one small piece right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Look at that one small piece.
I mean, that's a good point. That says a lot about character.
Correct. If she's willing to do that to one of her best friends that she has ever had,
who is the godmother to her children,
what would stop her from doing this whole thing to a guy she had no idea, like that she didn't know at all?
Yeah.
I mean, that is a crazy document.
Yeah. And
it's exhibit 1. I'll just hold on. Yeah. Go on.
If in some way they were still friends up until the Super Bowl, obviously they were not friends after. I mean, you don't get blackmailed and then remain friends, right? Like,
well, I think Taylor started cluing in. Like those last text messages were like, I feel like something's weird. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're talking to me like I'm a corporate entity, which also she says that in this docuseries that she, remember when she like makes that statement, like,
that's true. That's
like, like there's a lot of, like people were like treating me like I'm like a conglomerate, not a person, all of this. I think I think there's little, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with their relationship, and I'm not going to pretend that I do, but I will say this. With Canceled, I do believe that she wrote that during the time period that all this was happening. I do believe that she never thought the text messages would come out. Okay. But let me tell you something right now. Like, if my best friend said this guy that I'm working with is essaying me and SHing me and like making my life like a living hell, and I was a singer-songwriter, best believe that I would write a song about it. And best believe, like, what do you need? Absolutely, I'll be there. Do you need me to say this? Oh, absolutely, I will. Of course I will. Absolutely.
The only thing that gave me a little bit of pause in those texts was Taylor she kind of insinuates that Justin coming out about his own victimization in the past.
Yeah, that's horrible. That's horrible. No, that's very bad.
Like, feel sorry for me. I've been a victim, so I can't possibly be a perpetrator.
I don't like
that. I don't
like that at all. I'm not agreeing with everything that Taylor said. I'm saying me as a friend, like, if
Oh, no. I'm just clarifying our position or whatever. But
there's some shady shit in what Taylor has texted. No doubt about it. But like, I mean, we know she rolls like this. This is a part of Taylor. Like, she gets the upper hand in like she's like, well, just do this. I also don't like the conversations like, well, he's an idiot for putting Taylor Swift in the trailer. That gives you all of the power. I don't like that. I mean, I don't like it in this. Okay, hold on. Let me reframe this. I have to reframe this because I'm getting I'm getting blurry. I have to remember, if Taylor Swift truly believed that all of this was happening to Blake via Justin Baldoni, I'm all for it. Because if she thought that her friend was being harassed, SA'd, all of this stuff, yeah, get his little tiny violin out. Screw this guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I think happens over time is that this happens, and then more information about the facts, the case in chief, as they call it legally, comes out. And Taylor's no fool. Okay. We can never forget that Taylor's no fool. And she's like, well, hold on a minute. Wait, what? Oh, wait. And then you did what? And then Ryan did this, and then Ryan did that. And so I'm just saying, like, Taylor's a ride or die type of chick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's if something's truthfully happening. Okay. And I think that just from this distance gap and this weird affidavit, this affidavit threw me. I was not expecting to see this. I thought this was completely made up tabloid shit. I did not think that this was a real affidavit where Taylor's lawyer is saying we are being extorted by Blake Lively.
Yeah, because that seems wild.
But it also seems desperate when you are lying and you don't want this to come out. Blake, I mean, you know what I mean? When you have fabricated extorting Taylor Swift. Do you know how crazy you have to be to extort Taylor Swift? Girl, right. What? Blake, right. What? Like, you might think, I don't even know what, but girl, extortion with Taylor Swift is not going to work. Yeah. It is going to be the worst. So I think canceled was written in one way and sort of means something else now. I don't really know. I'm very interested in in what I mean. Here's the other thing. Like, there's a whole big page of undisputed facts in the case. And which means, like, that list, the undisputed facts of the case means that both sides have agreed that these things are the truth. Okay. Both things. On my next one, I'll read it to you. But basically, there is no mention of what? Of SA.
Right, but they wouldn't both agree on that, though. Right? Like, Justin's side wouldn't agree on that.
Yeah, but those are... No.
Am I misunderstanding what you're saying?
Yeah,
okay.
I said it wrong.
Okay.
They both agree that there was no SA. Undisputed facts of the case. They have both agreed.
What?
Right. So...
Okay. All righty. This is so complicated. I don't...
It's really weird. I think it's a humongous... I think it's a... Here's what I think happened. Do you want to know my real... I don't even want to give it because I've got 2,000 pages left.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Still open-ended. I do want to say one thing. There's been all this hubbub about Taylor's texts, which are nothing. They're nothing. There was a comment that Blake makes in her text that really, really rubbed me the wrong way. And
there's a comment that what?
That Blake says in the text exchange with Taylor. That really rubbed me the wrong way that I've not heard anyone talk about. And it's possible I'm misinterpreting what she's talking about. But at the very end of one of their correspondences, Blake says something to the effect of, I get hell or something because I have a smart mouth and I like to throw parties.
Right.
And my interpretation of that is the theme party is talking about the plantation wedding that obviously is enormously gross and horrific.
Horrific behavior.
Blake and Ryan rightfully got called out on, and that's sort of the first time it was canceled. And I believe they did come out and like apologize or say or whatever.
Doesn't matter.
But her
Doesn't
making
matter.
that comment of, oh, I just like to have a theme party,
No,
clearly
girl,
does
no.
not understand why it was wrong, doesn't understand, no comprehension whatsoever
Correct.
about
And
why there was backlash to that. And
that's shocking in and of itself, isn't it? I mean,
exactly,
this is what I'm
exactly.
saying.
And I've not heard anyone, all they want to talk about is Taylor, 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 which, I mean, we've talked about why that is in length. But yeah, simply me.
I'm
We've
hoping
been
that she
trying to
was
say
in,
SH, yeah, obviously, but
I'm sorry. Like
it's okay.
I'm drinking
It's okay.
I'm drinking
Holly's
bourbon.
got a lot of details in her head right now.
And I've
So
got
yeah,
a lot of details in my head,
absolutely right. You're
and I'm
absolutely
drinking
right.
bourbon.
If the accusation is of SH, absolutely. I am sort of shocked that hasn't come out or been discussed or mentioned, because when I read that, I was jaw on the floor.
Yeah, I was hoping that she was referring to, I don't know, like wear your florals. I don't know, as some sort of theme. But
I
I was
suppose
hoping that
that
she
is
wasn't.
a possibility.
But I was hoping that she was, like, it was in my head. I was trying to talk myself out of, like, I know what she's talking about right here. And I hope to God it's not what I think it is, because I mean,
gross and just
disgusting. It's
yeah.
unacceptable and it's disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
In my personal opinion, is I don't think that you should be able to have any celebratory event at a plantation. Period.
No.
I think they should be.
And why would you want to? Is that's the really kind of grossest part.
I can't even. I can't imagine
the world is my oyster.
Nude.
Blake. So the world is my oyster. This user is saying that Blake and Ryan, as sort of reparations for their plantation wedding, gave money, a big donation to NAACP. Boy, that was hard to say for some reason. Long
but
day.
that still doesn't like change.
But wait, I'm not. Hold on, just a second.
Yeah.
And they are saying, because of that donation, that Blake was then chosen to be like one of the top 10 people by Time that year. And that is, I didn't know that. That's awful and gross. It's another thing that's like, ew.
Yeah, there's like, a lot of gross stuff with Blake Lively, you guys. Like, here's the thing. When you get into it, you're like, well, she's done a lot of absolutely gross things, because the donation is not, it doesn't solve the fact that you wanted to celebrate your wedding where people were horrifically tortured and enslaved for hundreds of years.
Mm-hmm.
And it's inexcusable to me.
It's hollow ground.
Exactly. Like, you shouldn't be, doing like the, I don't know, the Tootsie slide on this, in this area. Like, it should not be a place where you are experiencing and your event, and not the events of history that happened there, that will forever be way more important than anything you could ever do, Blake Lively.
Absolutely.
It's just the fact that you would want to have a wedding there is really the key problem, in my opinion, with that. It's like, why would you want to, though?
Yeah.
Like, why would you want to do that? Odd.
Right.
And if you chose to have your wedding there, wouldn't you say something to the media first and donate before? Like, you only donated because people were like, why? Like, that people complained. Like, wouldn't you, in your own heart, like, do? I don't know. I don't know. I can't.
I mean, it's just very, very clear that they have absolutely no comprehension or remorse about having their wedding there. They don't understand why it was wrong, and they don't have remorse about it. And
that is the point of this case. Also, they have no boundaries.
I don't know.
They have no boundaries. These two have no boundaries. Ryan Reynolds is unhinged. Like, these emails that he's been sent, like, are crazy. And some of these lines are offensive. He says like he'd rather be in a gulag than be around Justin Baldoni talking about his feminist attitudes. You'd rather be in a gulag. Really?
Yeah.
Do we know what that word means? Because that's another horrific.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's just rubbing. This case is okay. Honestly, the bourbon's also getting to me, so I'm getting a little fired up. But this case is getting to me because I feel like it is really elitist, kind of
that's a good word.
Very, very entitled,
tone deaf,
so tone deaf, heart deaf, soul deaf. Like, just why? Like, I mean, if you are a famous person and you publicly have your wedding at a plantation, and I distinctly remember one of the pictures that they showed, and one of the pictures had a big sign that said like Slave Alley. Do you remember that? Or Slave Road?
No, I did not.
It's so disgusting that like, how could you smile this day being here? I would feel the weight of history crushing my soul, period. And they're like, no, let's throw a party here. See, this is the thing that I'm talking about. There is a disconnect in this case that is not oh yeah. Okay. Yep. And yeah. The world is my oyster, also bringing up another point of like how he's bashing Justin's religion, but but Justin isn't even in that religion. Didn't they make that up? Because I believe in the court documents, Justin said I'm not even part of that, because that was the other thing. Oh yeah, I forgot this part. Blake has been telling everyone that he's in a cult. He's in a cult, you guys. He's in a cult. He's in a cult. Like she starts texting all this like crazy shit to Matt Damon's wife, and she's like, yeah, he's in a cult and all this stuff. And they're like, whoa, what? Like, this seems like so unhinged. And I will tell you, just as an observer, Matt Damon responds to the first email with like, whoa, that's crazy. You should just next time you should just come to my, just move over to my production company and you can produce any movie you want there. And then they keep going. They keep like reply. No one's replying. Reply. All this like, and then it gets weirder and like it keeps escalating, like all the whatever. And then the wife is like, oh my God, like how did this guy get away with all this? He's a nobody in Hollywood. I can't believe he has this much control over the situation. It's like unheard of, right? Matt Damon never responds again. He could tell, like he's like, you can sort of tell that he's like, I'm not engaging with this. Something's weird. Something's weird. And there is something weird. The texts were released because Blake literally named Taylor as someone with knowledge of the case. You can't bring people and say trust her. Exactly. Yes, but key word here is that Blake did it. It was not Justin Baldoni. Blake submitted Taylor. Period. Like no one would have known unless Blake said, "Oh, well, me and like Taylor have been talking about it, and Taylor's my dragon and all this shit." You know what I mean? I know. Yeah. I know. I'm sorry. I kept saying the wrong thing. I told you Ryan was the one wrong most, and the text emails under Blake's email.
Writing most of the texts and emails.
Did I send you this? I did.
We talked.
Remember?
Yeah.
I was like, the writing style to me in some of these sounds like Ryan Reynolds is literally like broken to like Blake Lively's phone or her email and is writing things for her. Like, I don't even know if she knew. I mean, because you can tell his like insane level of writing. To me, it seems like he is a person who's like, how dare this guy have the rights to this movie? And like, how like Blake's getting bad criticism about the premiere and her press tour. And that's really what started this whole thing, is like, we need to find something that we can switch the narrative to, and let's just do this. I mean, it really does. Blake said it herself at the premiere that Ryan wrote the scenes. Yes, she said that to a reporter on tape. Yes, she did. But in court documents, she does not say that. In court documents, she doesn't. She doesn't say that. In court documents, she says that she wrote it. And in her big long letter to get her Producers Guild credit, she says that not only did she rewrite the scenes, that she directed the movie. Text shouldn't have been released at all. Well, I disagree, because the truth is the truth. And like, I think the more information we know, here's the thing. If they didn't launch these huge PR campaigns, this would truly be one of those situations that's none of our business. But they put it into the public forum, and now it is our business. And even the judge said that. The judge is like, well, it's due in the public now, so I'm releasing all this. You know what I mean? Because now people need to know the truth, because you've been smearing the shit out of this man, and vice versa. I mean, like, to be honest with you, some of the stuff that Justin Baldoni is saying are just facts in the case, and that we took as smear campaign statements, but they're just in actuality facts of the case. It's very wild. It's very wild.
So the world is my oyster made a very interesting comment, like Pinocchio. And I've been thinking a lot.
There we go. Yeah, bookshelf. Back to the bookshelf. Back to the bookshelf.
Why that stuff was there. Now that we have the album, we know that a lot of that, like, none of that stuff is referenced in the album, and we've come up with theories and stuff, but maybe that's why that cause
it would make sense,
because she was there, and it's like Pinocchio and Jiminy Cricket.
Well, and let's not forget the fact that Travis Kelce unfollowed Ryan Reynolds. That was, to me, pretty alarming. He unfollowed Ryan Reynolds. And I think he was like, you know what, Taylor? Just from an outside looking in, she's duping you. She's pulling you in. She's using your star power. She's using your force, and you don't really know. Something's weird, because like, as soon as,
or it could just be like Ryan went off on Travis or something.
Could have. I mean, it could have been that after the extortion phone call. I mean, after the extortion phone call, maybe Travis was like, and I'm done with this. And I'm done. Like, I'm not participating. I mean, it's really an odd thing. Ricky, the texts were private. The texts were private, but Blake brought them up as, here's things that you can get for evidence on my side. And so that opened the door for them being released into public. Had she not done that, we would never know about the texts. And there would be absolutely no reason to request Taylor Swift's text messages. Blake did this. Blake sort of was like, if I'm going down, you're coming down with me, kind of thing, is how I'm kind of seeing it right now, which is weird. If you file a federal case, not anymore. I don't know what you mean by that. If you file a federal case, I don't know what I was talking about.
Because a lot of those comments are from like half an hour.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Taylor didn't.
I think it was in response to something that we had been talking about, but
the text messages are irrelevant to the case, in my opinion. Well, the text messages are relevant, and they are relevant in Taylor's side. And unfortunately, what it shows is that Taylor knew that Justin Baldoni was going to be at the house. That Blake asks her, "Can you please tell Justin when you get here that you love my version of the movie, and that like talk me up and all of this stuff." And so Taylor does that. And then Taylor made a statement in court, like a legal document in court, saying that, or her lawyer did for her, that saying that she never had any interaction with the movie, with the edit situation, and had no pre-existing condition that Justin Baldoni was going to be at the house before she arrived. And so that shows that those statements are untrue. I mean, that just shows that they are untrue. And it also shows when you look at the timelines that Taylor and Blake both knew about the New York Times article before it came out. So in my opinion, it's like who released this article? Do you know what I mean? Who released it? If you know about it before it comes out, you know what I mean? So
yeah, I don't know how all that works.
well, I mean, if you know about something before the general public does, and you're Taylor Swift and not even in, you know, like if you know, that means you are in communication with either the New York Times, people that know about the case, people that are writing the article before it is given to the public, you know, beforehand. So
yeah,
you know what I mean? It's not like she found out because she read it. She knew before.
yeah, I didn't know if it was like a publicist or something. I don't know. I didn't know.
Either way, there's like all this
who gets the information before it actually becomes public. That's what
right. But what I'm saying, they're talking about it before the event happened. So like they know
totally.
You know what I mean? Blake Lively is the problematic, not Taylor Swift. I totally agree. I think Blake lied to Taylor. Yep, absolutely. We've already gone over this, and absolutely. I totally believe that Blake really feels desperate, as she should, because if she made up this whole case, which I kind of think she did. I mean, I kind of think that she's made up a huge amount of this case. I think that she used Taylor. I do, and I think that's why they're not friends. I mean, this affidavit that just got unsealed is so shocking to me. Yeah. Extortion.
Me too. Very
going
shocking.
to release a decade of our text messages. That's wild. Blake filed it all first, and Justin retaliated back. She got mad, embarrassed, and she messed up the red carpet interviews and got a bad. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Not that bad. It's extortion. It's totally extortion. It's 100%. This is extortion. I'm in the wrong chat. LOL. I don't know what's going on. You're not in the wrong chat though. The world is my oyster.
Yeah, we're glad you're here. You're bringing up some good points.
Yeah, I love that you're here. Blake did this to herself. She thought it would
help clean up
the image after she messed up the press tour. Yeah, and she wanted complete control over the complete control. She was not the executive producer. I don't believe she did get her credit. And now there's a petition going around where all these people want her to not to have her credit removed. Oh
wow.
It's crazy. Taylor helped Blake illegally get Jen Abel's phone. That is also true. She did do that. She did do that. She did do that. That is not good. I know. But here's the thing. Like, if I am looking at this currently, and again, I have to read the rest of it. Right now, what I'm saying is that I believe that Taylor truly thought that all of this was going on, like all of the
and why wouldn't she
was going on?
Yeah.
And I think that she really was duped.
Yeah.
And she did use her power because I think she thought her friend was, why would her friend lie to her about this? You know what I mean? She should have just said, I really want control of this movie. How do I get it? Instead of I was SH'd and all this, whatever. Both Blake and Ryan have morality clauses from their numerous brands and businesses. This is available on the doc. Yep, the brands submitted this and cannot be canceled. I know. And I love the canceled part. There's a lot of reference to the word canceled.
In the legal documents?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I know.
You know, I just want to take a second to sort of paint a picture of, you know, we're obviously focusing on Blake and Ryan and the Justin situation tonight, but in the last couple episodes we've been focusing on the Jack situation.
Oh yeah, I've got so much
Charlie, all those kinds of things. It seems to me, if I have the timeline correct, a lot of these things were happening right around the same time.
Yes, they were.
So,
absolutely they are.
Looking at it from what Taylor was going through, she had all of these people who she thought were in her circle of trust really backstab her.
Oh
And
yeah.
like,
A
again,
lot of
like she
weirdness.
already went through that once and now she's going through it again. And then I think back to the Colbert interview where she was talking about like the 30 people she can trust.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine. And it's, you know, it was at the tail end of the Eras tour. She was making this album. She was, you know, in love with Travis. She had all of these wonderful things going on in her life. And people were still trying to like bring her down, ruin her reputation, use her reputation, whatever, you know, my infamy loves company. And it just, it breaks my heart for her.
Absolutely. It's horrible.
What a terrible feeling.
What a terrible feeling. And how rude of Blake Lively to just use her. I think Taylor was totally used by Blake Lively in this circumstance. I really,
it's sounding
really
like that.
And what I think Blake and Ryan were initially thinking that this would be a settle out of court, give us the rights to this movie, and we don't need to go any further. But it didn't go that way, because Justin's like, oh hell no, I'm not doing that. I am not doing that. I've worked really hard for this and I'm not doing it. And so now here we are. And whoa, it's gonna be dicey. And I feel so bad for Taylor. I think she was manipulated. Like, some of these emails that they have sent, Blake and Ryan, are so manipulative. They're like over the top manipulative, like crazy manipulative. You're like, oh my God, it's wild. I mean, it's really strange behavior. But you're right. I think that they're like, we get to see a view now, because I have more to say about my bad apples. And I like the last Swift AF Sunday that we did, I said, buckle up, because it's going to be a very, very messy year. One that we have not experienced in a very long time. Like the messiest year we have experienced since Snakegate. And here we are. It's not even February, and we're in mess galore, and we haven't even bridged the bad apples. You know what I mean? People got really mad about the Gracie Abrams situation, and I'm standing by my statement. I truly believe.
I have actually a different thought on a possible interpretation of that song.
I think it's this.
I mean, do you want to pivot and talk about that, or do we want to save it for another time?
We'll save it for another time, but I will say this. I just wanted to throw this perspective out there. Like, let's look at who Gracie Abrams is dating. Okay. And he is best friends with Joe Alwyn. And if Gracie says, like, this song is about a friend of mine who dated a mega narcissist, I mean, I'm just saying there's lots of ways we can arrive at who that song's about. That's all I'm going to say today. But I am just going to say, again, this case shows we never know what's going on until we get the facts. You know what I mean? We get the facts. And I'm allowed to say, based on lyrics, again, strictly based on lyrics, I mean, and friendship zones. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. Because I know it made a lot of people upset. But you know what? I mean, people are allowed to have falling out with friends. I've had falling out with friends, right? I've had disagreements with friends. What if, Gracie's hearing the other side of the story from Paul and Joe? I mean, they're best friends. What if she's hearing a different side of the story, you guys? This has happened to me in my real life. I've experienced this. And it causes rifts for a little bit. Doesn't mean it can't be repaired.
Yeah,
but damn if you're not surprised when you're like, wait, what? I didn't hear that side. She was telling me, or he was telling me, it was all this. And now you're telling me it's a completely different. I mean, it's happened to me in my real life. And so I look at the words, I go to my experiences, and I go, this could totally happen. Plus, there's just too many titles of Taylor songs in that song. and her being a mega Swiftie, for it not to be like, well, it should register. But anyway, what are you thinking? Because we might as well just get it out now.
Okay, sure. Well, I was listening to Us because I love that song. And I've always thought it was so interesting how they again mention Gardens of Babylon, which obviously is in Cowboy Like Me. And it's very like an NSYNC thing. And Cowboy Like Me is on Evermore. And so many of these song titles are from Evermore.
And Maddie Healy said this cowboy statement.
Right. But what if the song Us that Gracie and Taylor wrote together is about an ex, and then this song Death Wish is Gracie, because the song Us is like very wistful, do you miss us, whatever, and then sometimes you process a relationship and then you get real mad about it. So maybe Death Wish is her extending or getting closure on that same relationship and using that Evermore connection between one song and the next song. And so it isn't about Taylor, but that's why it's using the titles from
very well could be
Evermore, and maybe she and this ex were both Swifties and talked about stuff like that. It's a possibility.
But I also think that it's not written in the right like point of view.
Because her ex was like a director, was
right.
All of these things were like the passion project, or all these kind of like some of those things could come into play sense with him. We don't know. We don't know that relationship. We don't know that person.
We don't. We do not know. All I know is the lyrics. And when I read them, I go, why is my first thought there's 75 Taylor Swift songs mentioned in this in this one song. And so, it will be a mystery until more is revealed, but I don't know.
I mean, if they are still friends, we'll see it. We'll see it eventually.
We'll see it. And I'll go, I was 100% wrong.
Yeah.
I was 100% wrong.
Or maybe Gracie will talk about who that song is about and give us some insight or something. Who knows? But
I have a feeling it might be
theorizing at this point.
Absolutely. We're saying that, well, I'm theorizing everything except what's in these court documents, because that is not theory. That's not up for theory. Those are facts.
I understand.
But the Gracie Abrams stuff, total theory. It's a perhaps, what if, maybe, allegedly, maybe situation. But I find it very interesting considering everything. And we'll get back to that whole crew, because I am very anxious to see what happens. When Charlie's movie comes out on my birthday. Because did you guys see the trailer for the Moment movie? And there's it's coming out on my birthday. It's to make up for,
that's the one Charlie's in, right?
The fact that the Melania movie is coming out on my birthday also, which I feel is just the biggest
already like
ever happened to me.
Already bombing on that one.
I know. Thank God. Okay, thank God.
I mean, not.
But anyway, in the trailer, in it, there's a big pot of spaghetti on one of the seats. So I'm just saying. It's the spaghetti dinner incident. Like, I'm just saying, you guys. Like, I mean, come on. Taylor Swift believed her friend at the time. Blake needs to. I agree. I think she was swindled for sure. I'm a Swiftie. I don't want to take Taylor down, but I'm disappointed. I hope Blake goes the Karlie Kloss way. Yeah, I'm disappointed. But if you look at it, if you frame it in a way that's like Taylor really believed that this man was causing incredible harm to her friend, then don't be disappointed. Like, we're gonna take this guy down. I would have done that. I'd be like, what do you need to do?
The fact that Taylor had her own situation with that
Absolutely.
DJ, so it would touch a very primal part of her.
The part that people, the part that the media is not grasping right now, because there's all this like shit talking about Taylor, and and she was mean girling and all of this, and if you remove the fact that Taylor didn't, or not if you remove the fact, but if you step into the point of view that Taylor was just listening to what Ryan, Blake, and a whole bunch of other people were telling her, about this man, this problematic man, you would say to yourself, she did the right thing. We were taking this person down.
Yeah.
Right? Absolutely.
Right. We would share it.
No one's prepared for my best friend of 15 years. One of my best friends is manipulating me to use as a big giant power play in this very bizarre situation where all I want is the rights to this movie. And my husband's like, you know, like no one's looking at it from that side. It's like, but we haven't seen them together. We haven't had any interaction with them. Travis Kelce has unfriended. There has been no sightings of them. She wasn't at the Super Bowl. We have this affidavit of Taylor's lawyers in 2025 saying Blake Lively is trying to extort Taylor Swift, demanding things and this list of stuff, which ironically, or not ironically, is the exact method of operation that Ryan Reynolds uses in all of these emails, listing these things that must be done.
Oh, interesting.
It's all of these listing. Here's 17 things that must happen and blah, 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 blah. And all of this crazy form of extortion wrapped around this situation of SH, where ironically, like if you're in an SH in the workplace, you go to HR to fix it. Blake is saying that she is the HR. Then her lawyer did this weird thing. Hold on, I'm jumping because it just dawned on me. She got out front of the courthouse the other day and she was talking about how everyone on the cast was Blake's employees. Now, how the hell are we in this type of case when you're saying that she wasn't an employee herself, that she was the employer? Freudian slip.
I don't know. Yeah.
Freudian slip.
Yeah.
It's a Freudian slip. So anyway,
but let's focus on the Taylor bit of it a little bit because I just want to talk a little more about like this is something that's just continues to drive me crazy and Jamie Heath, thank you. That people and I don't understand it and I never will understand it. That there's always this expectation for Taylor to be this paragon of virtue, of morality, of whatever. And therefore she can't talk about sex. She can't say someone's a little bitch. She can't say she can't write a song about her fiance's sexual prowess. You know, like, and it doesn't make sense to me and I don't understand where it comes from. I don't know if it's because she started when she was so young, but or because she didn't go through this period like so many other child actors or child stars will go through where they sort of try to like be overly sexual or act in a very adult seeming way or whatever to sort of assert that I'm grown up now. You know, Taylor never really went through that. And, you know, I admire her that I think it's fascinating that she didn't. Not that there's anything wrong with going through that. Like, that's your process. That's your whatever. You know, not judging one way or another. But it's, I mean, when we come back to these texts, like, people are so hung up on the fact that she called someone a little bitch. Like, who the fuck cares? Who cares? Who amongst us has not called someone it's not even like, it's not like it's a slur. It's not like it's, you know, it's like one of the most tame things you could call someone who you think is hurting your close friend. Like, I would use much stronger language if it was my friend and I thought they were in that situation. So yes. And it's like, I was on a trip when all of this stuff came out and I didn't have the opportunity to read any of the articles or anything. All I would just kind of like, you know, when you're on a trip and you quickly will sort of check your social media just to sort of get an idea of what's going on in the world and, you know, whatever, but you don't get into it. So all I saw was, I'm so disappointed in Taylor. I'm so this. And then, you know, that, and I didn't know, like, why are we disappointed in Taylor? What the hell did she say? And I didn't know. All I saw were all these comments. And so when I finally was able to sit down and like read what I'm like, am I missing something? What is it? Why are we disappointed? Like, I baffled me.
Well, I think, okay.
Why are you disappointed?
Well, I'll tell you why. I think this is what the main reason is that I can come up with. I think the main reason is because Taylor for so long was so upset that Kanye West called her a B. And
sure, but it's different when you call a guy, right? Like, it's different. It has a different connotation.
It does have a different connotation. And I know, but like, I think that,
and then Graham Norton, when she said that she corrected somebody, I don't even remember who it was, for like using the word bitch. Like, I get, yeah, but it's a different connotation. It's a different.
Yeah, but I think that's just like what. Absolutely, it is. It's a completely different connotation. Also, Shaylin, I just posted the link to the court documents in the chat. I think it is a different connotation. It's also a private message that's like, I'm trying to help my friend deal with somebody who's like harassing her. And again, this is what it always comes down to. It's that we only have information from, or not, we do have the actual legal findings of this case, but no one wants to explore them. And so we are guided by PR machines. And this is inevitably always the problem, because we form opinions and biases and all of this stuff before we have the facts of the case. And so we are really forming really strong, harsh opinions based on made up advertisements, basically, from different sides. And we are unaware that we are just parroting an ad, essentially an ad. And this happens all the time. And so when we get down to the facts, I mean, I was blown away. Like, when I got into this case, I was like, what? I mean, I shouldn't be surprised at this point for the amount of cases I've heavily investigated and researched. It's like, it's always kind of skewed so dramatically. But if you ask somebody, oh, well, why do you think that strongly about Taylor Swift in this situation? They're just going to say something that they saw on TMZ, Us Weekly, People Magazine, and it's not going to be based on anything. It was like, well, do you really know that the fact that like none of these things actually happened, that Blake Lively herself is actually made up, apparently, so far in my research, again, 1,000 pages, you all, I have not found an instance of SH that is legal SH. Not one. And also some of these other behaviors that I would feel like, if this person is SHing me, I wouldn't invite him to my house alone. I just wouldn't. Would you do that? You wouldn't. It's like, you wouldn't do it, because wouldn't it be worse offset? Like, why would you invite this man into your home alone without your husband there, or your friends, or anyone? What are you doing? It's just like, if it's this bad that you're doing all the smear campaigning, you can't at the same time being like, hey, do you want to come over to my house and drink some wine with me and like hang out alone and talk about this intimacy scene?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. But I don't think I wouldn't do it as a woman. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't be like, can't wait to hang out with this person alone with no one around. You know? I just wouldn't. And what's happening with Taylor in the media is by design by Blake Lively. I mean, we have to like look at this as she knows I'm best friends with the most polarizing, famous person who people love to shit talk. They my situation in this mess will get so diluted by the fact that Taylor Swift is a part of it, that my bad doings in this will be buffered out, because most people are not going to go to the actual court docket and read all of this. No, the hell no, they're not.
Yeah.
They're going to go to Instagram and Reddit and online and TikTok and all this crazy shit. And Taylor's name is going to, just because it does, no matter what, is going to be above mine. You know, it's going to be more of now this will be the Taylor Swift, Justin Baldoni battle. And this is not what this is. This is right, but it's not what it is. But Blake knew. I mean, Blake is strategic. She knows she's like, how do I, because you have to realize the entire time all these messages are going on with Blake Lively herself knows that none of this shit happened. No one else knows that besides Ryan, probably, that this really didn't happen this way. Yes. Was there uncomfortable moments? Sure. Were there things that were like, wish that didn't happen yet? But like SH and like calling this person all of like, you're not even a feminist, and like you, like all of the stuff. Like I couldn't even show up. I couldn't perform my job. I was powerless. One of her quotes is, I was powerless on the set. Not the case that I've seen. Maybe it's in these next 2,000 pages. I don't know.
Maybe.
But I haven't discovered it.
I don't know.
I haven't discovered it. So she's like, well, who can I throw in there? Because this is going down bad. Because the other thing is that I think they were really surprised that Justin's like, no, I'm not settling. I'm not doing a pretrial settlement where you get all the rights to all of the, I'm not doing it. So if you're saying that I'm doing this, let's go to trial. Boom, let's do it. Then he countersued. This judge threw out his counterclaim, which I am stunned over. I am stunned because I'm stunned. Just on a technicality, a missed date. I mean, it's like not even from the facts of the case. It was like a genuine missed deadline. I mean, that is his problem, whatever. But anyway, I think that's when she roped Taylor in. She's like, oh shit, this is getting bad quick. Like, this is going to be in the public longer than I expected. Who can I like get involved in this a little bit more? Like that will take some of the blame off of me. Like who do people love to target and witch hunt? And there's no one more than Taylor Swift. So like it pisses me off that Blake would use Taylor Swift as a bullseye for this bullshit. Like she's already dealing with enough. She's always dealing with enough. And I think it's the most manipulative. I mean, some of these texts though, you read it like, oh, like it's so manipulative. You're the greatest friend I've ever had. You were heroic today. You were all of these things. You were like, I don't know. And then Taylor's like, later on, she's like, you're not making it up. There is distance between us because I feel like, and what she's really, I think, saying is you're using me a bit. And you're sending me these messages that sound like I'm a corporate conglomerate, which, she hates. She says it in this documentary. Now, the interesting thing that keeps coming up into my mind is why in the Life of the Showgirl, some of these images, how they're like saying, oh, they can't be on bad terms because she's wearing Blake's jewelry in it, in some of the photo, in some of the scenes, some of the pictures for Life of the Showgirl, she's wearing Blake's jewelry.
I actually have not heard that.
I feel like that's very interesting, and I don't know what that means. Because, again, we don't know if they're friends or not, but I'll tell you right now. Now, here's the other thing I just want to spin out there. Remember like a couple weeks ago when I was like, I find it really weird that everyone in Taylor's family in the docuseries has 13 management except the father. Now we get this affidavit that Taylor's dad is the one who said all this to Justin Baldoni's lawyer, that we are being extorted by Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. So I'm wondering, did Taylor go like, whoa, like now that's in like the legal record? Or was it like, was that Taylor's feelings also? We don't know yet. I'm so interested to find out because I don't know. Maybe they set him up and I'm going to go out like we've got like 1,000 million text messages. I mean, not husband DMs. What else should we talk about? Opalite coming out as a single on my birthday.
Let's talk about let's switch gears a little. We're not done talking about this, but we'll switch gears for today.
We're gonna switch gears for today.
Switch gears for today. We're not done talking about it because it would be a continual discussion as you read more of the court documents, as more things come out.
And also, do you want me to do this as a separate, like a whole entire, like so, like our entire Swift AF Sundays don't just contain legal stuff?
I mean, I think people are very interested in it.
Okay. I just want to know. I don't want to be people like, I mean, because like literally as this keeps coming out longer and more and things get unredacted and unsealed, there's going to be so much to talk about. And
okay. Let's switch gears. Let's go to Opalite.
Let's do it.
And specifically that cover, because we have theories, we have thoughts. So,
I do. Yeah, we do. But we do.
You know, if you maybe we even like put a timestamp for like if you don't want to hear all the Blake Lively stuff, and you just want to hear about like Easter eggy stuff.
Let me pull up the picture because I think that those candles. I think the candles are in the shape of the doors with the locks, and then the
original countdown. Yes, the original countdown that we had to the New Heights podcast. Holly, so because I texted Holly, I'm like, what is up with these candles? Like, I'm looking at the numbers of the candles, all this kind of stuff. And she said, it reminds me of that original countdown where we had the 4 colored doors and then the orange karma door coming down. Exactly the same layout. Now,
that one elevated one.
Now, I was thinking about that. I was thinking about numbers. I'm thinking, what do candles and doors have in common? And then I realized that shape is a T. It's an upside down T, but it is a T. And besides all the gold that we've been seeing Miss Swift wearing lately, what other things have we been seeing on her jewelry since at least the spring? Tees.
Definitely tees.
What earrings is she wearing in the final show? Tees.
Yep.
She's got the double T ring. And I really think that final show, all of the costumes, all of the jewelry, the nail polish, everything is, I think there's so many Easter eggs in that. Now, what do the T's mean? I couldn't tell you. I have no idea. But it's something.
I mean, don't you think it also has to do with the fact that she wrote this song about Travis?
I mean, sure. But then what does that have to do with the doors?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I've been like very wrapped up in the legal thing. But like it's definitely the same layout. I think that the week of when the music video dropped, I mean, because obviously this is going to be the next music video.
I mean, if it isn't, like, what is happening? Like, I can't.
Well, what is happening?
I really genuinely believe we would already have the music video by now.
I know.
Because we also have. I mean, so Opalite is now officially a single, right?
Woohoo!
Woo!
For my birthday.
Yes. But also, like, there's a lot of, like, Harry Styles has a new album coming out. His first single dropped. Excellent. Love it. So good. Aperture. I believe Louis Tomlinson did come out with his new album, or at least a song from it. I'm not entirely clear. But I think his album comes out next Friday. I don't know. I think it comes out this month.
Also, the front cover, I think we need to discuss because her pose in it of the Opalite single.
Oh, no. Okay.
Because what is this reminding me of? Like
the dancey one, or the guitar one?
No. This
It reminds me of Betty when she did Betty at the.
This one.
Oh, hold up! I've not seen that. Or no, I have seen it, but it's one of the pictures in the CD, but it's not one of the covers, right?
I don't know, but like, what is this reminding me of? Because it's not reminding me.
It's
of
giving
something
Tortured Poets, really.
It is giving Tortured Poets.
Yeah,
it's a Tortured Poets pose.
It's very tortured. It's just blue tinted instead of gray tinted. Yeah, it feels like that doesn't fit in.
I have to get back into investigating this, because there's a lot to be discussed in these, like in the photo choices, in those candles. The candles are so, because the candles are also like burning, like it's a fire, and like that's another like key word, like.
Well, and again, we have the heart is on fire emoji. I mean, there's so many things that are like, not that they're unexplained. Like, yeah, we could explain that. We could say the colors of the cheek color and the heart and blah, blah, blah. But I just feel like it's something. There's like a bigger thing. There's a bigger thing that's going to connect all these things. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Absolutely, no, you're totally right.
Love when
you are totally right. You are totally right. Like, so there's something is going to connect them, because like, first of all, this candle placement is so odd to me that it has to mean
very
something.
odd. Yes.
And also, I think it is really interesting that she is wearing all black on the cover.
I agree.
And that she has that Johnny Cash black guitar. Also, props to her, and major congratulations for her to being in the songwriters.
That's topic, as far as I'm concerned. That's a whole topic we'll talk about after Opalite, because I have a whole, not a conspiracy theory, but I want to talk about that too. So we will just put a pin in it. Okay, here's the other thing about Opalite and the Opalite covers. They are blue. Why are they? I mean, I get it. Opalite's blue. Like, I get that, but. Again,
but they're not that. But it's not the Opalite blue color.
It's not the right blue. Like, this is the right blue.
Yeah, that's the right blue.
Camera. This is the blue. It's a very it's a teal almost, right? Look at us with that.
I mean, to me, it's almost like sea foam.
Yeah. Yes.
It's not this deep ass.
It's not that. It's not that blue. And also, the effing color for this era is supposed to be orange. And it, like, I feel like it never is. The orange is so not there.
So random.
It's not being used. It's not being utilized in the same way that colors have been used for other eras. And it's odd to me, because it's one thing if you want to pivot away from the eras and you don't want to like be tied down to the era aesthetic color thing anymore. And fine, go for it, do it. But
yeah, I don't know.
That's not what she said about, like, she was like, well, I mean, it's gonna be orange. Like, the vinyl is orange. Like, I mean,
yeah, this is a really good color of Travis's eyes. True, but I think Travis's eyes are like that opalite color.
They're the color of the hoodie that he wore on New Heights, and the blue in the opalite cover is like it's a darker blue, and it's like this blue right here. Actually.
I don't know how to point to anything. Like, do you see that picture back there that has her sparkle thing on?
Yes, the crown.
The crown. Okay, so it's like it's that picture, but just in this like completely insane blue, inky, murky blue. I don't know. It's very interesting.
It's not even the
caught my attention.
Color. Like, we've seen the Opalite where she's got the crisscross and she's kind of she almost looks like a figure skater. Like, and that the crisscross is blue. It's not even the same blue as that.
I know, it's really weird. And has anyone noticed that the candle flame of the highest candle is sideways, like the Midnight's cover? Has anyone noticed? All the other ones are vertical, and the Midnight one, the top one's like a little sideways. I don't know. I know I'm
like it's being blown, you know.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, you could fix any of that in post if that's not how you want it to look. So So I don't know.
It's really weird. Did she submit Opalite? She didn't. She didn't. It's not one of her
Okay,
songwriters.
let's talk about the song, because this is something I've been thinking about all day. First of all, enormous congratulations to Taylor Swift for being the second youngest person inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame and the youngest woman ever to be inducted in the Songwriters Hall of Fame. And it ticks me off that this whole text email thing has overshadowed that, because this is an enormous accomplishment.
Thanks a lot, Blake Lively.
But okay, so let's talk about the 5 songs that she submitted.
Yeah.
And I looked them up because I could only remember 4 and I couldn't remember the 5th. So it's fresh of mind. Okay. She submitted Blank Space, Antihero, You Belong With Me, All Too Well 10, and The Last Great American Dynasty.
Okay.
Those you could only.
Fate of Ophelia was in there.
No.
It wasn't. What did I read?
You can only submit 5 songs, and those are the 5 songs that she submitted. Now, choosing 5 songs to represent Taylor Swift's enormous catalog, an impossible task. I understand she was trying to pick songs that showed her range, right? Different types of songs. They're all songs that, like, but except for Great American Dynasty, they're all songs that were singles. They're really popular. They show different types of music, different types of storytelling, all of that. Great. Fabulous. Love it. But then I think back to, again, the very suspicious on Colbert, what are your top 5 songs, Colbert asks. Now,
I know. She said Mirror Ball. Didn't she?
Thank you. Mirror Ball. She either had just submitted these songs. I don't remember the timeline. She either just submitted these songs or she was in the process of figuring out which 5 songs to submit. Okay. So it's very top of mind for her what her 5 songs, like going through her catalog, what her songs are. This Mirror, yes, but how The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived, I think she could easily have popped out The Smallest Man, All Too Well 10, The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived, went on Colbert. If she had said that, I gotta slow my brain down a little bit. If she was sitting on Colbert, and I admit, I can totally see how she would not want to say these are my top 5 songs, because people would push back and say, how can you pick this? How can you pick that? But I can like, I feel like The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived is already.
My Tears Ricochet should have been in this.
Listen. First of all, how do you
Chloe, Sam, Sophia, or Marcus? Are you kidding?
Right. How do you go to I'm baffled by how she submits to a Songwriters Hall of Fame. There's nothing from Tortured Poets on it. And the only folklore / Evermore song is The Lost Great American Dynasty. Great song, but there are stronger songs. Much stronger songs, okay?
My Tears Ricochet.
Right.
Invisible String, for the love of God.
Ivy.
Hello, My Tears Ricochet.
So
LOML, why? Like, I can't even.
Nothing from Tortured Poets. Nothing. It is a poet album, and there's nothing on there. I don't get it. But to bring up Mirror Ball.
Oh, Delicate. Yeah,
it's Delicate. Yeah. I did something bad. So many. I know. We could say all
Dressed, day. King of My Heart. Are you joking?
Cowboy Like Me.
The cadence
we
alone.
We could sit here and debate this forever. But for her to come up and say, don't get me wrong, I love Mirror Ball. It's a fantastic song. But first of all, the story that she tells about, somebody reminded me about. No, you were going through your entire catalog trying to find your submissions. 2, she says Mirror Ball goes really hard. I have a lot of ways that I could describe Mirror Ball. Not going hard is not how I would describe that song.
Is there a remix coming?
I mean, emotionally, sure, but she has song. Hello, The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived. LOML. Like, these songs go. My Tears Ricochet go so much. I think
harder. I don't know. I feel like Mirror Ball does go hard, because I'm only saying this because I remember the first time I listened to it. It was the song that literally I could not. By the time we got to Mirror Ball, on Folklore during the pandemic. The musical composition of Mirrorball is so, I was like weeping, and it's like,
Mhm.
oh my God, hush. That first hush, I was
Yeah.
done. I was ruined. It does
I
go hard. It goes hard.
It does, but other songs go harder.
I agree. I mean, Ready
you know,
for It
it's
goes
subjective.
so hard. I can't even.
Like for me, like I feel like Peace is like
oh
way
my
harder.
God.
And the musicality of Peace and that like anxiety little I mean, it's so many layers. That one, like, oh, I mean, Happiness.
This Is Me Trying.
This is me. I
makes
think
me want to like jump off my own roof. Like I'm like, this is insanely good. Can I just like, I'm just gonna change the subject for one hot second.
I'm just continuing the suspicion about Mirrorball and her bringing that up because it don't make any sense to me.
Well, hold on though, because I hadn't. Okay, this is in one of my fringe notes. So she brought up Mirrorball, and I am deeply obsessed with the shattered glass of Showgirl. So what I'm wondering is she telling a story about you, because you know it says like what is it, a shattered glass, but we're much more sharp. Like once
a shattered glass is a lot more sharp. Sure.
So it's like once the object smashes, the fragments of it become the sharpest part of the object, not the original structure of it. So again, to me, a little bit, this reminds me, and it's almost like subtle saying maybe some things about the Blake relationship, because again, it's linked to Canceled. We're talking about Mirrorball at the time of her life where it's like, this is all I want to do is be a Mirrorball, like shining brightly for you all. Like, look at me. Like, but when but let me tell you something, when that shatters, now you're going to be doing the sharp edges of me because you know what I mean?
I hear what you are saying.
It's not a fully formed theory yet.
Yeah. I just, but it's again, I don't really know Blake. I don't really check on her, but I feel like would she pick up on that? Like, I don't know.
I think
a disco ball in real friendship.
I think Blake is acutely aware of anything Taylor's doing at this point in time because of now.
No, I mean, would she understand the metaphor? Would she understand the connection between a Mirrorball and that line and Cancel?
She can Google it. I'm sure she can figure it out. Ask Ryan. He knows everything. Ask Ryan. He can tell you.
I think it's I mean,
yay! I'm an Aquarius. It's the craziest star chart of all of the shit. Like, I have so much Aquarian in my star chart. I told Darren that I was going to send him my star chart. I still am going to, because it's wildly unhinged and I need somebody to read it. Hold on. I had another thing that I wanted to say that I've been doing, and then we'll get right back to this because it's totally wild. Here is a crazy cocktail for you all to do. Listen to LOML and then immediately listen to The Fate of Ophelia, and then listen to LOML again, and then The Fate of Ophelia. I'm telling you, the emotional extremes you experience are so they're so radical. Yeah. It's like it forces you into each of the songs in it's so in like a more acute kind of way. And I like really love doing it. That's just side note. Anyone can do that if they want. I've been doing it.
I love when you put the album, when you put music on shuffle and it's like, oh yeah, Spotify woke up and chose Violence today. One of the things I was doing on my trip was I was helping my friend paint a house of hers. And so I just, got my earbuds in, listening to music, have stuff on shuffle. I had So Long Lover go into, or I'm So Long London, go into Lover, go into A Perfectly Good Heart, and I was like,
ooh, yeah.
I mean, it was just devastating. Like those three.
Yeah. I hate when I'm having a good day I hate when I'm having like a good day or like a day that I have to like be productive and the
Mhm.
first shit that comes up is All Too Well 10. I'm like, well, this is
Mm.
taking me out. This
Yeah.
is taking
Yep.
me out for the rest of the
Yep.
day. Now what? I
Yeah.
just woke up, world. Now I'm forced into this. First thing, it's gonna be that kind of day.
Gonna be
Great.
that kind of day.
Awesome. Cool. I'm
Also,
gonna
I
be late
just
for
want to
everything.
say,
Late for everything.
I just want to say, I was so again listening to songs. Don't know what song's gonna come up next. It wasn't even a Taylor playlist. It was just like my liked songs, and I was painting a door, and the other side of the door came on, and I was like, ah, this is amazing. This is so meta. It's so
That is
perfect.
awesome.
Yeah, it
That's
was
so
fun.
awesome.
It's fun.
Oh my God, yay.
I love when stuff like that happens.
Oh, me too. I definitely love it. Okay, so now back to Opalite. So
That's
everyone knows that Opalite is in my Hall of Fame. And so I think it's one of the best songs she's ever written. I'm deeply obsessed with it. I love it. I have found that recently I can't even believe that I've just gotten out this sentence about Opalite because I just start crying. Opalite just makes me emotional in thinking about it. And
Yeah.
so does Eldest Daughter now. Remember how I hated Eldest
Oh,
Daughter at first? I can't even
remember.
I can't even participate in. Oh my God, I can't even think about the bridge. It like overwhelms me to
I know.
levels
I
that's
know.
like, why am
I
I
know.
crying just randomly? So anyway, the exhilaration that I have that Opalite is coming out during my birthday season has
We
made
just
me the
need.
happiest I've ever been. Like I'm like, this is I want to just thank Taylor Swift for making this song because it has helped me through one of the hardest times of my life.
Aww.
I'm gonna literally start crying. See, I can't. Okay. I can't. I can't. I can't even talk about Opalite. Guys, I don't know what's wrong with me.
It's such an
I can't
amazing song. I don't know
like
anybody
literally
who
can't.
doesn't like that song, like who is not an anti, who's going to say, "Oh, I hate it," when they really listen to it 500 times, right? It and it's broken so many records. It was number 10 on the Billboard before it came out as a single. That's astounding for a song to be number 10,
It's
and it's
excellent in every
not a
way.
single.
It's excellent in every way. Well, now it's going to be a single.
Mm-hmm.
It is a single.
Mm-hmm.
And it's my birthday coming up. So it is I am obsessed. Ooh. Oh my gosh, Darren, you're right. The sad
Yeah,
girl autumn version.
love that version.
I do
It's the
too.
best version.
And that would take me out even to a higher level. But yeah, like can I wish there was a way to be like, can this just never be the first song I hear of the day? Like, can we just start
Yeah.
with that? It's just a bad way to start things. Anyway,
But it's also good because it's such an amazing song.
it is such amazing. I just know
But yeah.
it just screws up my whole schedule because I can
Mhm.
never listen to it once. I have to listen to it like
Mhm.
4 times because I have OCD and neurodivergent shit. And I think there's certain songs I physically can't listen to just once. Like, so it's like, well, now it's 40 minutes later. You know what I mean? It's 40 minutes later. I'm like singing into a wooden spoon. Should have been making my breakfast. I'm not. Too
Yep.
bad I already did my
Yep.
makeup and I'm crying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now we're at an hour. I'm an hour behind right off the gate. Just boom, done. It's just, I can't listen to All Too Well 10 any version for the first song of my wake up day. Like it disrupts my schedule violently. But so does Fate of Ophelia. Fate of Ophelia. See, I'm dropping stuff just thinking about it. Fate of Ophelia, man. One of the greatest songs of all time. Like, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. One of the greatest songs ever written. The beat alone, the everything about it, so incredible.
Yeah, love it. Love it, love it, love it.
Opalite, again, I'm not gonna get into it because I just started crying, and it's just that song to me. It's perfect. It is perfection in every way, and I'm deeply in love with it. So some other things that I wanted to, okay.
Well, Darren asked if we could talk about scissors. You know I'm always ready to talk about scissors.
Oh, yeah. We can.
So there was a comment like an hour ago or something. Somebody said something about Taylor talking about using scissors to open scissors. And I vaguely remember
What?
her talking about that. Like, you know, when you have a package of scissors and they're like blister pack.
Yeah.
And you have to use scissors to open the scissors.
Yep.
But
Okay.
what I don't remember from that comment is when did she make that? Was this part when she, like I said, on Jimmy Fallon or something, and we don't remember? When I want to know, when did she say that? So if you are here and you're the person who made that comment, could you please make the comment again? Or on New Heights, Darren, you're the one who said it. She said it on the New Heights on the podcast. I've been thinking about rewatching it, but that is very, very interesting.
That is very
interesting. And I will say, I'm still working on getting the final count of the scissors. It's hard because like I have to sit and like completely focus on an episode and not pick up my phone and all that kind of stuff. So I've got I've rewatched 4 of the 6 episodes. So hopefully by next week I will have the final count.
Also, can we just point out this, because I can't wait to hear the count. But just now, while we're talking,
I can't wait either to get it. So
I know this is gonna be exciting. And then we can figure out what the hell it means.
Right?
Because it means something.
Absolutely. Especially if she everything she mentioned on New Heights means something. It was an old comment from Instagram, and then she mentioned it on New Heights.
Means something. Like everything that she says at all times means something. And we just have to like just decode what we're really talking about here. I mean, the Stephen Colbert interview is so interesting to me, and I don't care what anyone says, it's so Maddie coded. And I'm making I have a whole presentation on the weirdest shit ever. Like, you know, I'm deeply obsessed with the Maddie angle, right?
Right. And do we know yet when Dogs is coming out? We still don't have that information.
I don't know, but he's gonna write some songs about her. And before anyone gets crazy, I don't think that she's leaving Travis for Maddie. Yeah.
No, none of us.
But I do think that a lot of messy is going to happen this year.
Yes.
And that was my prediction, and we're already in mess train. We are in the messiest lane right now. We have lots of stuff. Oh my gosh. Anyway. Yes. So back to scissors. I'm sorry. I still don't see a date.
God,
I want to play something so bad. Okay, I'm not going to do it. It's gonna.
If we can just say for a second, I feel like we've been getting a lot of comments lately, not during the live, but after the live's post, of people, and like, thank you for watching, thank you for commenting. We appreciate all of them. If you agree, if you disagree, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't care.
But it's a lot of comments of people who are saying that we are saying things or didn't do things, or something that we definitely said or did do. And
whatever.
I know we all like have our phone on while we're watching. I know these are long videos, and I don't expect any to be like locked in for the 3 hours or the 3.5 hours. But I'm just asking for a little bit of grace and understanding.
We're doing this live. Like, we're doing this live.
These are live. These are, sometimes we are reacting to things right in the moment.
In real time.
We don't get
everything right.
Right. And we do our best to like research, have information, but we also like are human beings with like, this is not our job. We are not like, professional YouTubers, and this is all we do. Like, we have a lot of other things that we are doing. We're just talking. We're just commiserating. So and I'm not saying don't disagree with us. Please go ahead.
Please disagree all you want. Like,
and that's fine. We are always
totally fine.
And we disagree with each other, and that's fine too. And just
I disagree with myself half the time.
For a little bit of grace and understanding, and possibly rewind a little bit and maybe re-listen. If you hear something that you go, oh, I don't like that, or that doesn't feel right, the option is always there to rewind and just make sure that we said what you think we said, or
just don't agree. It's cool.
It's okay.
You don't have to agree.
No. You can disagree, but I'm saying like there are people who say like, you did this or you said this, and it's like the exact opposite of what we said or did. So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
what I'm
exactly. Like, like people, because I love talking about the Maddie relationship situation because it's so insanely interesting, you guys. It's literally one of the most interesting things to ever happen in a public format. Like, it's so insanely interesting. It's not.
And there are some people who they don't care about that side of things, the lore, the real life, the relationship, all that, and that's fine. But we do.
I care about it in lyrics. Like I care about it in the storytelling of her lyrics. That's how I care about it.
I do think we've been very clear about that, but I also understand that like we've had some videos that have gotten a lot more views. So people may not have gone back and seen us from the beginning and known that that's our take, and that's okay. We don't expect you. I mean, we would love it if you watched all our videos, but we don't expect
be prepared because I'm making a crazy Maddie one and it's coming because I've been
fantastic.
And like I literally spent Wednesday till today reading all these court documents so I could bring you guys information that's like here are some facts of the matter that like are not being out there. Like it's a lot. Like it's like 1,000 pages in just those a few amount of, on top of like everything else. But I'm like, I need to be able to bring them like what is going on because I have to know what's going on. And now that I've decided to like take the responsibility of researching this case like I would do with any of the other cases that I have watched and participated in, I am dedicated. So we are going to be getting all of the information available.
Yeah, and we definitely try to do our best to like find out information, research things. Like I'm watching movies I wouldn't normally watch. I watched Macbeth last night because because of the something wicked this way comes, because it felt like there were some like parallels between Macbeth and what happened with Justin. And now I don't know if I agree with that, but maybe that's how Taylor saw it. That's why she pulled it. Like, so we're doing our best, but again, like this is not our job. We have other things that we are doing. And I know that there are a lot of people on YouTube that's their job is just YouTube. And so I can understand
how also join Sparkx.
But also
join Sparkx Fly.
Yeah.
Join Sparkx Fly also.
And also, Darren, do I think the mention of scissors during New Heights was a hit to watch for scissors? Maybe, or maybe it's just another scissor Easter egg, and maybe we can add it to the count. I don't know, but it's significant, and I'm so glad that you brought that up.
It has to be something. It's something. It is something. We don't know what it is yet, but we're going to work our best to decode it. So about London, it is weird that London is linked to Joe. He grew up 39 miles from London. Maddie grew up in Hinson. A place is the southwest part of London, 7 miles from I know. Trust me. It's weird.
I feel
there's so much weirdness.
But I feel like maybe it was a nickname or something, or maybe they had some like maybe. I think there are things that are not. I mean, maybe they had a vacation in London. I mean, did they have a house? I don't know where their house was. I mean, maybe they had a flat in London. Maybe they, maybe it's not that.
It was in like Heath something is where their house was. I can't remember.
Isn't Heath? I think Heath is.
Heath.
It's something. You've been there. I haven't been there yet.
I know, but it starts with an H where they lived. No, I can't think of it right now. The bourbon's getting to me.
That brown liquor.
Yes.
Oh, and also, by the way,
sours, yeah. Oh.
I can't believe I'm burying the lead, y'all. When I was on my trip, hold on, I got a picture to show you. This is big news. It's very, very big news. You're gonna love it. Look, I met Jason Kelsey. I mean, I don't look too closely. I met Jason Kelsey. Okay.
Awesome.
Cardboard stand up thingy, but I mean, close enough.
Close enough. Again,
don't look.
This is why you'll never be the nanny.
No, I'll just be the best friend.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. I would rather be the best friend than the nanny.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Because then you get the dirty dirt.
Yeah, for sure. But maybe not though. I mean, God only knows. I feel like there's such a tight ship with that. But Hampstead Heath, thank you. Thank you. That is what it's called. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on. like, what do you think that the Opalite video is gonna be about? Like,
Oh
what do you
God,
think that the
I don't
visuals are
know.
gonna
That's
be?
one that I can't really conceptualize. It's because it's not. I mean, yes, there's a storytelling element to it, but it's not. It's not a story. There's not like a huge visual that comes to mind with it. So
I am
really don't know. I'm so excited. So
I'm so
excited.
excited too. I'm so excited. I want to see it now.
Yeah, when do you think it's gonna come out?
Valentine's Day, probably. I don't know.
That seems like a long time though.
I know it does, but
Like if
look,
it's officially a single and she wants to push it as a single, which obviously she was waiting for Fate of Ophelia to it went down to number 2. So now she's gotta push Opalite, right? Like, and you're gonna wait a month? Well, I guess it's not a month now.
no, like she's gonna. I don't know. I don't know when. Maybe it's what. Maybe it will come out. I don't know. Like very soon, hopefully. Maybe it will come out tonight. For all we know. I don't know. Um, I also want to remember like in the pop up there was like all those little Valentine's Day invitation like letters, but
Cards,
there was
yes.
also a bunch of little tiny violins. Do you remember that?
No. That's amazing. That's amazing.
So like was canceled supposed to be like a secret message song? Like this is going to be a secret, or do you think that Taylor Swift knew that the probability of these text messages would be released, and she just for like an added safety measure, I'm just going to write a song that comes out before any of this could possibly come out? I'm just so curious of like how like if she thought, because there's no chance that quote that she said about Justin, the tiny violin, the whiskey sours, poison thorny flowers, the girl boss in like all of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I told you that's like, yeah, Tiffany's saying it's sarcastic, and that's how I took it for a really long time. And then when the information about like the bot campaign came out, I was like, oh no, it's totally in support of Blake. And now I'm like going back on, no, it's sarcastic. I just
tell.
don't know. It's wild.
I agree with this. I think that there is a huge correlation between the life of a showgirl and the life of Pablo, for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
I think there's a lot of shade on this album that.
But then again, when she pushed the orange, that would be another reason to push the orange more in this era, in this roll up.
I think it's also the wording, like just like she did the one. So when you type it, the 1975 shows up first. Mm-hmm. I think the life of.
Let's see which one pops up.
Well, it's going to be the Showgirl now, but like I'm sure before Showgirl, the life of Pablo was the first thing that came up.
Well, but is it alphabetical? What does it go by? Is it popularity?
Just by relevance. Hugs, Tiffany.
Yeah, it is show. In fact, well, to be fair, Pablo doesn't even come up, but I wonder if I may have him as a blocked artist on my Spotify. Now I think about it.
Would you ever do Spotify?
Somebody else
that we could save it? Absolutely, I can do that.
Oh, what a fun
idea! We could totally do that. Absolutely. Yeah, I love that.
Public service announcement. Our I haven't even been drinking. Our New Year's episode.
Oh yeah, I still have to put it out. Yes, it was stuck. It was stuck in YouTube, and then I got sick and all this stuff. So anyway, I will put it out. The other thing is that I've got my birthday episode. My birthday is January 30th. Mm-hmm. And so we'll do my birthday episode after my birthday that Sunday.
I mean, we haven't done my birthday episode yet.
So. I know we have to do yours. And I want to know, like, do you want me to do a song breakdown, or do you want me to do my big thing about Maddie and all of the correlations to Showgirl?
Yeah, you get to decide because it's for your birthday.
Well, let me know because I could either do either one. So I want you guys to, what do you want to hear me talking about? Because
Or we
I'm
could
either going to
do
pick.
we could do a you could do a pick a Maddie song that you want to talk about, and like because we know
No,
we're doing.
I'm
You don't do that.
I know, but I'm gonna do the Maddie thing. Like it takes up a lot of, I don't know. I might even, it might be better live. I can't decide how it will be better live, if it would be better live or if I
Okay.
recorded. Let me know what you guys like. If you want me to pick songs that you want me to discuss, don't tell me the songs, because if you just say song choice, because I'll pick the ones that I want to
Right,
dig
because
into.
that's our birth. Like that's the part of it being our
Yeah,
birthday that we get to like pick the songs that we're gonna do.
exactly. The funny Valentine's is being connected to Kim Kardashian. She sent Taylor blue Valentines. Interesting. But she also brings it up. I'm just saying, in actually romantic, you keep
Yeah,
sending me all these funny
funny.
Valentines. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's like a that if that line is specifically a diss to Kim Kardashian and not
I don't know.
Charlie XCX. But I'm very interested to see if there's anything weird in the Charlie XCX movie that's coming out. And that will be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know because it's a movie, so it's like she's just acting in it or whatever.
But it's a mockumentary, which is like hilarious. It's like a mockumentary,
it?
Yeah, like in my opinion, I'm like getting like Spinal Tap vibes, even though it won't be, but like it's a mockumentary. Like so
So you think there's some like ad-libbing and stuff?
Oh yeah, the whole thing is like about the Brat tour, but like not really, but like not like none of this stuff happened.
No, I thought she was just like a side character. Oh,
yeah. So it's like a whole made up whole, like I'm assuming it's gonna be very like what I think it's like if she made all these other choices instead of the ones that she did, but like it's a mockumentary, so it will be pretty funny and probably sarcastic and like dark humor, which I think will be great. But that there's a big pot of spaghetti sitting in one of the theater seats in like the last trailer I watched for it. And I'm like, this is the spaghetti incident night where all of the bad apples were, by the way. Oh, interesting. What just happened there? Yes, so Maddie could, yes, like Showgirl is very Maddie coded. I don't care what anyone says. And it's so many. So anyway, what else? Have we not talked about anything else? We've gone over the lawsuit. We've gone over Opalite. We've gone over songwriters induction. We've gone over the songs that she picked. And I mean, like,
wild. Oh, but one thing I wanted to hear your thoughts on is okay, so I don't know too much about the induction to the Songwriters Hall of Fame. I don't think it's televised, but I believe there will be performances, and obviously someone will present her with the awards. So, who's your dream performer to cover her songs? Who you see presenting? Have you thought at all, like, predictions?
I think, I mean, like, I don't know if I want to hear her perform at this point, but like, it would be cool, like, if Stevie Nicks was a performer. I think Carole King would be a really good presenter for her. I think that Joni Mitchell would be an excellent person to be involved. I think even Stevie Wonder, I think Paul McCartney would be incredible. They're close, and it would have such a good it would have such a it just would the gravity of that would be not lost on anyone. I don't know. I it's very interesting, and like not to switch subjects, but did you see those rumblings online? Again, it could all be made up, that they're like trying to figure out a way for her to be a part of what award show is like coming up, the Oscars. No, it's a I mean, it's this year's Grammys. It's this year's Grammys. They're trying to like make up an award. Like there was like a couple articles, like they're trying to like make up an award for her to like to be able to show up, because she's not gonna like, you know, I mean, they want her to like perform and stuff. Yeah. So that would be super interesting. I didn't realize at first that Charlie post of the
it's like
hand was right after. Yes,
especially Vile.
Gross.
Gross,
Not
gross, gross.
funny.
Okay, so let's go back. Stevie Nicks was my first thought. Can you imagine Stevie Nicks doing a mashup of Clarabout and You're on Your Own, Kid?
Oh, it would be so great. I would love that.
And or like
I would
Nothing New to Clarabout to You're on Your Own.
I don't think she's gonna. Yeah, that would be super good though.
Just because
I would
like
love for
she's
somebody
an
to
older
do
person in the industry. That's why I thought Nothing New. And I've always wanted a Nothing New Clarabout mashup.
Oh my god, absolutely. They should absolutely be a mashup for sure.
But it's interesting. Since Stevie Wonder is an interesting idea, like especially to present because he's the youngest who's ever been inducted.
Yeah, I think that he's going to be a part of it for sure.
That
I would love
so cool.
I would love Paul McCartney to be there. I would love Joni Mitchell. I would love Carole King. I would love Dolly Parton to give her the award. I think that would be phenomenal.
That would be very good. That would be very, very good.
It would be super awesome. Stevie, I mean, Stevie Nicks. I mean, there's so many great artists that I don't know. It's going to be interesting who they pick, though. I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
it's going to be interesting who they pick, and it's going to be interesting who's there. Because, like, maybe Aaron Dresner will be there, and we'll know that they're still like tight. Maybe Gracie will show up. Maybe who knows? Maybe it'll answer some of our questions.
Yeah, I think. Oh, James Taylor. Duh. Why didn't I think of that?
Yeah,
because she's named after James Taylor.
Yeah.
Duh. Yes, absolutely, James Taylor. I feel like her and Aaron are. I don't think that there's any issue with them, even though I don't think so that he produced that song. But I don't. I think he keeps out of it. Like I don't think he's a busybody. You know what I mean?
I think he's a very neutral person, and I think he's the kind of person that you could tell him anything, and it would be like vault. Like he's not a gossip. He would hear anything. He wouldn't react. Like he just seems like that kind of person that you could go to with anything about anything, and just like he just seems. I mean, trustworthy, sure, but just like chill. Like he's not a person who would want to like stir stuff up, or he would just be like, "Yeah, okay,
I totally get that vibe from him." I would be astounded if it was any other way than that. I'm also hoping, this is to switch the subject, but at some of these music award shows, there best be a huge memorial for Bob Weir, who just died, who was part of the Grateful Dead. Absolutely incredible musician and badass in every way imaginable. And I don't think that there's enough like tributes to him, his impact, his massive, like just incredible songwriting, incredible guitar playing, like literally invented a new way of playing the guitar. Like I don't know. I think he's being overlooked. And I don't like that.
I had not heard that he died. So that's
he just see, I know exactly. So like what?
Yeah. Well, I mean there's been a lot going on.
I know.
The horrors. Like, there's been the horrors.
I know. But like this was even before that. Like it's just like yes.
Past week. Okay. All right. Oh, well.
He's truly amazing. And I'm just so bummed out. I love the Grateful.
That I mean, yeah. And then John Mayer would probably be involved with that, but whatever.
Probably. I mean, maybe, but like who cares? Like Bob Weir is like an icon. Oh my God. Amazing. And I'm just bummed. I love the Grateful Dead, everyone.
Yeah.
I really do. Love Ripple is like one of the best songs ever written. And I will die on that hill. I'll die on that hill. That Ripple is one of the best songs of all time.
I don't know it. I think I really only know one or two of their songs because it's never something I got into. Not saying I wouldn't like it if I heard it, but
it's so you would love it. Probably. You would love it. You would. Ripple is an incredible song.
Dana says, "Don't start talking about Ripple. Is it an emotional song? We're gonna get in our feels."
Oh, I can't even like Ripple's so good that I can't even listen to it. It's so good. I'll tell you this, and I'm going to start crying immediately. But Ripple is one of the last songs I played for my grandmother when she was dying, and I sang it to her and played it, and like I couldn't listen to it for almost 2 years after that. Like, could not even.
Yeah.
It's so beautifully done. It's Ripple's the greatest.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
should
that's so
listen to it.
special. Okay, I will.
It's very special.
We'll put it on the list.
It's so good. It's so good. And then what is it? Why can't I Touch of Grey is so good too. Oh my god.
That's the one that I know. Yeah, that's a very good one. It's sort of an iconic music video that came out and
it's
was
so
played
good.
over and over again on TV. Yeah.
It's so good. I mean, I have been listening to debut reactions lately, and I believe it was better written. I think it was better written than 75% of all albums ever.
I cannot wait to hear it in her adult voice.
I agree with it. Debut is an incredibly written written album for it being a debut album. It's like, it's truly astounding the level of songwriting. The level of songwriting is
absolutely
it's I was watching, I love watching people's reactions to albums. And this one guy that I was watching, he was reacting to Reputation for the first time. And he was like, well, how long has Taylor been in the music industry for? And so he like looks up, you know, her discography. He's like, 2006. He's like, well, I mean, did this have any hits on it? And he's looking at it. And of course, it's like all these hits. And he's like, so wait, every album she's ever written has had like massive hits on it? Like, yeah. He's like, well, I mean, she's been in this business for over 20 years. It's like, yes. Yes. That's I love when people start realizing it's not just like 4 pop songs that like happens at some point.
It's not just like, Shake It Off.
Right. It's like this huge catalog of like truly like life defining songs. Like I was just talking about Ripple. Ripple is a song that's a life defining song for me. But like Taylor has so many of those songs in her catalog for me that there's no comparison. Like so many. And it doesn't matter like when you hear the song first. Do you know what I mean? Like it could have been like last week. You know what I mean? You are exposed to any Taylor music. It's just the way her music becomes a part of your life is something that very, very few artists ever can do to you. You know what I mean? Like they don't have that ability. And I just think that I love watching people experience her music for the same time. I'm sort of like jealous of it in a way. Like I wish I could hear that for the first time again. I would do anything to hear Ready for It or King of Your Heart or Dress for the first, or Getaway Car for the first time again. Delicate, any of them. Oh my God. I would die for that. Maddie gets my vote every time. Woo!
Tiffany votes your birthday episode.
Yay.
So I don't know if it's a theory, a wish, an idea. Oh, well. Okay.
No, she's not.
What if she puts out debut TV and whatever rep we're gonna get, vaults or whatever, the day of the wedding, I could see her doing it like, here's my wedding present to my fans, but also it would be incredibly smart because it would obviously there's going to be an enormous amount of tension on the wedding. Like that's you can't stop that, but it would divert the conversation. It would dilute it a little bit.
I think that she's in this weird situation where nothing is. I don't think that she can come up with anything that's going to divert attention away from her wedding. I love this idea, and it would be smart for her to do that. But realistically, I think that people like, who cares? Let's focus on her wedding. You know what I mean? I don't know. That would be wild though if she did that. That would be crazy. I would love that.
I know. I can just. I do genuinely feel there's going to be something that she does like for us, like as a present, wedding present for us on her wedding day, or maybe the day after or something. If she does it, if it's not widely publicized what day the wedding is or something like that. I don't know that it'll be music. I don't know what, maybe it'll be a music video. I don't know what it will be, but I can just see like like a social media post of her being like, "Hey, there's something for you."
I think she's gonna give us pictures.
Well, yeah.
I don't think
But she's not gonna. She's not going to.
Wouldn't it be crazy if she writes her own wedding song and that's what she releases to us? That'd be like that'd be a number one song forever. It would be like the biggest hit of all time. Like this is Taylor's wedding song that she wrote, and now she's releasing it to everyone because everyone in the world would use it as their wedding song.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the smartest business move she's ever done. But it would be a smart one. Not that she's ever done, but it would be a super great song. And it would sell. Oh my God.
I still see those sheets, the tea set, all these very like homeware type things could very easily be tied into like a bridal registry idea. Like obviously it wouldn't just be for brides or people getting married or whatever, but maybe she could call it like the Taylor Swift registry or something like that. Because those things still have to be out there, right? They still, and if there aren't, she has to see that we all want it, so might as well get on it and produce it, right? So
yeah, I mean, we have missing merch, we have the missing ornament, we have stuff that we were supposed to be getting what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
I saw, and I'm 90% sure they are just fake that she was going to invite some. That has to. Don't tell me that, but I think that's probably.
That can't be real. It would be a bloodbath. It would be.
Yeah, there would be pandemonium. Is this not about her calling Justin Baldoni a little bitch after crying about the word bitch being used? I mean, that is people are complaining about that. You know what I mean?
This is the person who said can't sing. They're just coming.
I know.
Like, yeah, we already talked about that for like 2 hours. So you're late to the party, as clearly you are thinking she can't sing. And it's very different calling a man a bitch than a woman. Bye. You're trying to get a reaction. You got it. See ya.
Bye. Unoriginal. But like the thing is that like that is some people's issue. Like she's doing behind her back what she's telling on her platform to not do, but like it's different. It's a different scenario, and it's not. First of all, it's a different scenario. It's a different scenario. But the other thing that I was just going to say, and I can't remember because that got me all like, but it had something to do with one of these. What were you just saying? Because now I don't remember what I was saying.
The registry, the linens, the ornament, the things that we have the missing items from the holiday collection.
Damn it. It was something. And I agree with Darren right here that this is bigger than the royal wedding. I think we're going to get pictures. I think it would be stellar of her to release a wedding song. I think it would be, but I think people would look at it. Oh, this is what I was going to say. This was what I was.
Yay!
You guys, have you seen the smear campaign that they have stopped planning for their wedding? Have you seen these articles?
Yes, I definitely. My dad even said to me, he's like, "Have you heard they postponed the wedding?" I'm like, "How can they postpone the wedding? There's no like date yet, at least that we know of." Like,
I think that's Blake. I think that's Blake's PR team. I do. Because you know why? Because when I started reading those articles, that was before these things were unsealed. And I was like, this is like, it has the same essence of how all of those things are constructed. And I think that they're trying to now, like, I don't know, like there's something weird about it that I know it's connected somehow to the Blake. I don't know, but like I'm saying, it's definitely very similar.
It takes the focus off Blake, and people may be looking too closely into the legal documents, and I don't know.
It's
maybe
really weird.
I don't know. I don't really always understand how these like distraction campaigns, how people even come up with them, but
they go like, what would everyone stop and go, oh my God, and just start gossiping about? Yeah. I mean, these are like huge orchestrated campaigns. Like we're going to drop this article in this magazine, this magazine, and this magazine. And it'll be like one in America, one in the UK, and then one somewhere in Europe. And then it's like it's global chatter. It starts happening. Like, well, did you hear this? You know what I mean? It's so bad. But yeah, I'm just saying that they postponed the wedding because they what was the ridiculous reason? Because they didn't have enough time.
I haven't read the article, so I don't even. That's all I heard, and I just well, that's stupid.
Ridiculous. So. And I do believe that it is part of this huge smear campaigns that are going on right now, for sure. It's very odd. Yes, it's totally weird.
No, she can't come to the wedding.
And I don't think like it will be interesting, but like again, if we review our minds, we have not seen them together since 2024. And this affidavit, I'm sorry, but this affidavit is wild to me. Wild. It's the most wild thing in this whole thing is that lawyers were talking to lawyers about Scott Swift saying that Taylor Swift is being extorted by Blake Lively, threatening to release a decade of texts, private texts, if she does not do what she wants her to do on social media and in public. In a legal document, no article. We're not talking about social media. I'm talking, it is a sworn affidavit in this legal document. In this legal case. It's exhibit 1. It's an exhibit. It's crazy. That is crazy. I not enough people are talking about that. Like that's the most shocking thing of all.
Is that considered extortion or blackmail, like to the point where it's illegal?
All extortion is illegal. All blackmail is illegal. Every form of it is illegal. There's no legal form of blackmail. Well, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know,
like you have to take them up on it or something for it to be. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, hold on. I wouldn't be surprised.
Soap operas, so I sometimes a skewed idea of like how these things actually happen in real life.
Yeah. No, totally understand. But like, listen, we don't know if all of these text messages were a form of this extortion. What if Blake said to her on the phone, we're going to have a text exchange that says you're going to be doing all this shit. And if you don't, then I am releasing 10 years of your private text, which we don't know. When extortion is in the mix and it's in a affidavit form, signed, documented, attested to, sworn under penalty of perjury, that this is a true fact with 2 lawyers involved and a witness. Extortion was in the mix, you guys. Extortion. That is
pretty serious.
Wild.
It says something about her moral compass and like how desperate she was, really.
Correct. Completely desperate. And also realize that Taylor Swift is the only person in the text message exchange legally who did not contest her text messages coming out. Blake was like, do not like this is a threat to our life if these come out. Taylor never said anything. Her lawyers had every opportunity to submit a letter like everyone else and say, do not release these. She never did. I'm saying Taylor wanted this to come out. Taylor wanted them to be unsealed. And I think part of the reason why she wanted them unsealed is because this got unsealed. This crazy affidavit of extortion. That's so crazy. Extortion.
Very crazy.
Can you imagine? Like, I mean, just sit with that for a second. An extortion campaign. Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds oh my God.
It should be the headline.
Dad's involved. All these lawyers, like sworn statements. Oh my God. This is not even the case, but it tells you all you need to know about this actual case. If this is what she was up to with Taylor Swift, I'm sorry, it just does. If you're going to, I would never extort any of my friends in any format, no matter what the scenario is.
Occur to you. It would not.
It would never occur to me. I wouldn't even extort somebody I hated. You know what I mean? I would not play in the field of blackmail and extortion. The fact that the demands that this chick is trying to pull with Taylor to cover her own lie.
And she was bluffing because it didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
She did,
it didn't happen.
Taylor didn't make a statement, so she was bluffing that she was, because totally. The text exchanges don't make. I mean,
they don't make Taylor look great.
10 years of text exchanges, that would put eyes on what Blake was saying, as well as
but it would put a lot of. I guarantee you,
10 years. That's everything.
10 years.
Like that's everything.
Yes. 10 years. Like, who's saving text messages for a decade? Yeah. I mean, does anyone find that weird?
Yeah, that's very calculated. Like, I'm gonna save for insurance for someday.
Really fucking weird. Like,
I don't know.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
I sent you 10 years. I'm just saying, like, there are true personalities coming out in this, and that affidavit should be the most alarming thing in this whole thing, because if that was at play, then everything about this case is so manipulated. And I mean, if you're going to say in a text message, I love you so much, you're the best friend, you're the world's greatest friend, and you are all this, and you're my dragons, and then when Taylor doesn't invite her because she's figured out that she's lying about this whole case, doesn't invite her to the fucking Super Bowl, she sends an extortion threat to Taylor Swift where her lawyers have to get involved, and her lawyers and Taylor Swift's dad, and now it is a living, breathing court document in this case filed into evidence. That's all you need to know. In my opinion, that's all you need to know, because first of all, didn't you say in these text messages that this is not the only movie that Taylor Swift has saved in your career? Didn't she say, this isn't even the first time you've had to do this for me? Didn't Taylor Swift say, oh, I'll do whatever? Wasn't she like supportive and listening and all this stuff, and did all of the things, got that song of hers in the trailer? She did all the things, and then she doesn't invite you to the Super Bowl, and you're so pissed over how that's going to make you look that you threaten to extort her with your whole friendship's age worth of text messages releasing to the public. I'm sorry.
The case is closed. Who saves 10 years? I bet she didn't, though. Again, it's a bluff. She didn't actually release them, so she probably doesn't have 10 years. Maybe she used the number 10 because she knows that goes back to Snake. Like, she knows what they talked about in the last 10 years.
Or she found out before she could, because this conversation happened in February with Scott Swift's dad. They didn't file it into court until May, but the conversation happened in February.
Okay,
it happened right after the Super Bowl. Maybe she's like, oh my God, they've already put this into a court record. I can't do it now. Now I really can't extort her. Like, all these messages of Taylor Swift's can't just be popping up online places and wherever, because they're going to know I'm the one who did it. I mean, Taylor did some, like, the phone situation, getting it and all, getting that no good. Absolutely not good. But I truly believe that she thought that Justin Baldoni was SHing. And I truly believe, again, I've got 2,000 more things to read here, but as of where I'm standing right now, to be perfectly honest with you guys, I do not believe. I have read the primary depositions. I've read the primary depositions, and I've read the other depositions, and I've seen how they've changed their stories. I absolutely have. Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
I haven't.
I have.
I have them. Right I just let's be clear, I haven't, and so I'm just going.
I have
information. So,
and I do not believe that, because I have not found one piece of where all of this harassment was occurring, and when you have to keep changing your story to change it to other things, that's not the truth. That's not how the truth works. The truth is the truth. Period. Full stop. You do not change your story multiple times. You don't. That's called a lie. Depositions are fact-finding missions. They're truth-finding missions. And when you come up with 75 different reasons of what happened, you realize that that is not the truth. That is not the truth. So, the truth. What is your point you're trying to make? That I don't know, that none of the qualifiers of this case have been presented, that everyone has changed their stories. I mean,
what is it? And I'm talking to this user, Sarada. What is it that you have read in the depositions that you are interpreting differently?
I'm not discounting depositions. I'm not discounting them. But when they keep changing, that is a problem. I'm not discounting them, but they are changing. When we have one instance of sexual harassment, and then we have 3, but they don't remember the other 2, and then like these are stories that don't make sense. When we have, oh, Justin wasn't allowed to come to the bookathon thing, and no, go back and read the next depositions. Yeah, and they do keep changing. They do. They absolutely do. Yes, they do. They do. Do you want me to send you the link?
How many depositions of these people have?
And again, I've only read 1,000 pages of this. So again, I have 2,000 more. So maybe in the next couple thousand pages, give me 1 week, because I just started reading it since Wednesday. But in the 1,000 pages of this case that I've been reading on the Pacer site, and maybe they'll be in there. Maybe I have not gotten to every single thing that you're talking about. I've read 1,000 pages. I have 2,000 more to go. Producer Alex Sachs has texted between her and Sony exec with issues and looking for how to report the issue. Right. And then they have gone back and changed their testimony of what happened. So it's wild. But again, I've got thousands of pages left to go. So maybe it's in there. And Sony said Sony HR wouldn't handle it, but Wayfair, Bounty and Health responsible for HR. Except that Blake Lively says that she was responsible for HR. I mean, have you read Blake's PGA letter, where she said that she was in charge of HR at all times and directed the whole movie? I know that there's text. I mean, there's so many texts. I know. And I've only read 1,000. And we've said this at the beginning, I've only read 1,000 documents for this case. There are thousands more that I am reading this week. So I have information that I don't know. Okay. That I do not know. I have read a lot of depositions. Only after Sony refused to do HR, the female cast. Okay. Well, we'll get into that further, because that's maybe there's parts that I haven't gotten to. You won't find any HR responsibilities in Blake's contract. You're right, you won't. But she sure as hell put them in there in her. Why should she be having producer credits? It doesn't matter when the letter was written either, because she's saying from onset. I'm just saying that there's gray, murky, weird area in how this went down, to be honest with you. There is very strange. And there's also depositions of people that said, did you go to HR? And they said no. So I don't know. There's a lot that doesn't make sense to me, period. But that's not how you are coming across. How am I coming across any different? I've said this 100 times. We talked about this literally for almost 3 hours or 2 hours
almost
at the beginning
4
of,
hours. We've been talking about this for first. So,
like
if you've not been with us from the beginning of this particular live, I would encourage you to go back, because we talked we're sort of trailing off of it now. We talked about it, and Holly went into in much more depth in the first like hour and a half of this. So I would encourage you to maybe go back and maybe hear Holly's more thought out. And again, and we're going to continue to discuss it. So you're free to, comment or come back next Sunday.
And I still have thousands of pages to read. I'm just saying, as I've said from the beginning of this episode, from the information I have gathered so far, I'm very surprised at the information that I have found and haven't found that I would expect to find in any other case I've ever researched and investigated and talked about. Like, it's just, there's some things that are strikingly strange to me in this one. So again, I've got 2,000 more pages to read. So
yeah. So we're just saying, like, it's unusual. There's some, stuff that is different than we thought, and stuff that's sticking out to Holly. And cause again, I haven't read it, so I'm, relying on what Holly's saying, and I trust everything Holly's saying. So.
Okay, it's because there was no HR. Wayfair was supposed to have a hotline. They didn't. Sorry, I didn't. I did just get on, but tried to go back. But they were basically saying, we're saying that you'd dived in. I've dived into 1,000 pages of it since Wednesday.
It's a lot.
So
it's a lot of information.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah, and like I probably should do a separate stream of it because it's so much information. There's so many more people involved in this than I ever thought were. I mean, there's so many people involved, and Sony and the PR people and the agents and the actors and I mean, it's just so much stuff. And what's weird is what's difficult about this one, I'll just tell everybody, is that when you go and you're in a court case and you're reading all of the submitted documentation from the court website, like the legal website of the court. I also have a Pacer account because I'm obsessed with court cases, and I do this. But like when I'm going and reading it, at the same time, they're unsealing documents, and then those unsealed documents, instead of like putting them back in where they were like sealed and just unsealing them so they go in order so you can see it. The evidence of the unsealing is all the way, it's at the it's like they just did it. So it's like literally like 5,000, dockets later is the evidence from all the way at the beginning of when it was submitted, but it was sealed here. So instead of just unsealing it here, they unseal it at the back. So it's like, it's a lot of information, and it's not straightforward. It's so murky and strange, but I'm going to stick with the things that I've said so far that I find to be alarming at first. And so this is what I find to be alarming right now, is that there seems to be it's just so much. And there is, I mean, it's just a lot to read. You know what I mean? It's just a lot to read.
And most people, 99% of people are not going to.
They're not going to read it. No, they're not
going
to read it.
I mean,
they're just not going to read it. And by the time this is over, and like next week, I guarantee you there's going to be a whole bunch of more things that are unsealed. So you've got to go navigate all that stuff back into the timeline of when these things happen, because it's important to know when these things were occurring in the actual real life timeline of the events unfolding, because then you get to see it for like how it is. Like I started making a timeline of like, when were all these emails being sent to each other because the timestamps on a lot of them are so close that you're like, so you're emailing this person this, but you're emailing this person something else. And then Sony's responding to this. And then, then somebody at Sony is reaching out to your agent and like, freaking out about whatever. And then they're both getting back to you and saying like all this stuff. So it's like, it's so much information, and it's so much communication in that you have to gain through evidence files anyway, which are also like, they don't spell out what's happening, that you have to put it together by the summation in the document. So Anyway, which is why putting out what sounds like an early determination when it's clear you've not read the pages I've. Okay, listen, I did not put out a determination. I'm just telling you where my brain is right now from the evidence that I've read. And I have every right to say, like, this is the evidence that I have read. I have committed to reading every page in this. I have not done that. Like, I just started reading about it, like, in depth in a legal document, in the legal website on Wednesday. So I have read 1,000 pages before this live stream. Today is Sunday, and I will continue to read them. So I have all of the information. I'm just telling you what I have discovered, what I have read so far. I have not made a determination. I have said these things strike me as interesting, as strange, as I do this with every case. These things strike me as strange. I will change my mind when all the, but it's like the natural, it's like me thinking out loud. It's not me
processing it in real time.
I'm processing it in real time. Yes, thank you. It's not
and
in any
Holly,
way.
Again, you haven't had the opportunity. This person hasn't had the opportunity to watch the beginning. Holly has said about 50,000 times in this that she's only read the first 1,000 pages, and we both said that, like, this is not. We don't know the full story. We're trying to figure it out. We're trying to figure it out, and we're trying to give information to, because we know that people are not going to. Aren't going to sit and read 1,000 pages or 3,000 pages or whatever. So, and if you have a different opinion, you're very welcome to share a different. Like, absolutely, we're not saying we're not legal experts.
To be honest with you, like, I hope that this case starts making sense to me, because, like, I would rather there be merit for all this than no merit whatsoever. Like, trust me, like, I would much rather have this make sense and not be something that was, like, wildly just like like some kind of
feels so icky,
some kind of manipulation. Trust me on that. I've said that at the beginning of this. I went in hoping for the, and expecting, not even hoping, expecting to see all of the things that this guy has done. And I'm, like, wondering where it is yet. So like, maybe I haven't not gotten to it. I'm hoping that it's in there. I am literally hoping that there is evidence and that there is the facts that we need, because, like, trust me, I still have PTSD from Karen Reed's case, because I was floored, scared, and shocked that a woman could be put on trial twice for murder, put away for the rest of her life for murder, with the worst evidence of all time that could never be proven by one expert, not one, on either side, could ever say that this occurred. And manipulations and all kinds of crap. And so I have PTSD from it. Like, honestly, I, like, followed both of those trials up one side and down the other, watched every single second of both of those trials, and read every single document ever submitted on it. And I will be covering her civil case. But, like, and I said this at the beginning of this show, that trial changed me and changed my perception of, like, now I'm paranoid. I'm not going to say I'm paranoid, like, because I can't believe that she had to go through that twice. It's unbelievable. And I'm still upset about it. I am happy, so happy and relieved that she is innocent, that she got that verdict. But the things that she had to go through to get that are inexcusable. That's scary, and it should scare everyone, to be honest with you, that cops, our legal system, and the DA's office would be cool with a woman going to jail for her life, over no evidence, no DNA, no video, and in fact, covering up evidence and collusion and weird shit. That's scary. And so I'm just hoping that this isn't another one of them. Maybe I should have just started off by saying that, because that was absolutely horrifying trial to watch. because it's scary. Because if it can happen to her, it can happen to you, it can happen to me, it can happen to any of us. It is happening. We have a crisis in this country with systems of government and ICE and all these things that are ripping rights away. And so it is a subject matter that currently is, on the top of my mind and in my heart. And yeah, things make me paranoid right now because, we're just seeing people's lives and rights get zapped away. So I'm sorry to end on a sad note, but that's just where I'm going to leave it because it's the truth of the matter. Like it's just the truth of the matter right now. And I'm sorry, but that's how it is, and I wish it was not that way. And so that's that.
I agree.
All right. So anyway, we will be back on Sunday. It will be the day I don't know what time because it's my birthday weekend.
Mm-hmm. Woo!
Yeah. Yay! You know what I mean? Cool. Yeah. So my birthday's on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it will be I've got plans this weekend, but
yay.
Yeah, we will be back on Sunday. I will have read most of the rest of this case by then, and I'm sure that I can't wait for this music video to come out. Like, I know that it's going to be coming out any day. I mean, maybe,
yeah.
I hope it's
Head on a
soon.
swivel, baby.
I need it, and it might be Valentine's Day. Who knows? I don't know. Let us know what you think. Thank you guys for staying for this very long. We had a lot to catch up on.
Yeah.
We had a lot to catch up on.
Contributions.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for all of your comments and your support and your love. And we love you back.
We love it. Thank you so much.
The world needs an Opalite video bigger and faster than she could make it. Like the song is a miracle healer. I love it. It's one of the best things. It's so special in my life, and I know to everyone's, and we need it. We need all the positive that we can get. We need I will post the link on the Sparkx Fly app. Yes, I absolutely will post it for the documents. Absolutely.
Perfect.
And let's explore that. Let's just manifest the Opalite video and all of the love and light and all of the, oh my God, I'm gonna hold my Opalite. And I mean, we're all dancing through the lightning strikes. That's for sure right now. Like we are all dancing through the lightning strikes. We need each other more than ever. There is so much going on, and just try to radiate love, give love. Just,
don't let them be.
I know it's hard. God damn. I mean, I know it's really hard. It's a very damn hard. But I love you. We love you. The world loves you. You're needed. You're loved. You are a very special bright light, each and every one of you. So until then, and always, peace, love, and Swifties forever. See you Sunday.
Bye. Have a fantastic week. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
Love you all.
Bye. Love you all. Bye.
Try to stay warm if you are
in the Arctic vortex.
Try to stay cool if you're in the southern hemisphere. Everybody's
Please be safe out there. Be safe out there. We love you. Bye.